Peace to the family, peace to the family. As Rashad say, peace to the gods and goddesses out there, man.
I say,
Oh man, we got a show for you tonight, family. We got a show. The worlds have collided tonight. My world, this God's world, and we are combining our cosmic forces to bring you the most potent information out there. If you are a follower of this channel and you tune into this channel, you have heard me shout this brother out several times and say I want to get the brother on my channel. So it's a pleasure to finally have the brother on my channel. I want you to tell your friends, your family that we are live. I'm going to get to some ads real quick from some brilliant black businesses, and we're going to be right back. But tell everybody we live. Make sure you hit that like button so that, the algorithm gets popping. Everybody know we on here. But we'll be right back in 1 second, family, in 1 second.
mm-hmm.
Hey there! Had a bad dream? I have dreams too. Some parts are scary and some parts are fun. Always remind yourself, it's only a dream and everything will be okay. I had a dream about being in a forest too. Check it out, my pet Petey was with me. Order your copy of Kayla Petey and the Forest on Amazon today.
Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your new motivation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org.
Also, family, make sure you tap in May 21st for the Wayne Chandler workshop. This brother's a master at Qigong, and that's not an understatement. This brother's a master at that. He's the author of the best-selling book, Ancient Future, that deals with the hermetic principles of the universe. Go to waynechandler.eventbrite.com for more information, family, all right? And with that being said, fam, what's going on? How y'all doing in the chat? Make sure y'all hit that like button, like I said. Moon, I see you, brother. I ain't seen you in a while. What's up, Moon? It's a long time supporter. What's up, Moon? I ain't seen you in a while. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Before we get started with the conversation, the God has to do. He has to set the energy right.
I say.
So Rashad Jamal, first of all, my brother, welcome to my platform. Thank you for agreeing to come on to the platform. And without further ado, God, set it off right and set the energy and the frequency right, my brother, before we get started.
First, let me say I appreciate you, God, for bringing me on your platform. I have nothing but respect for what you are doing for the planet, which is sharing the information and the messages that the ancestors are sending through us all. So I just want to say, first and foremost, I want to thank you, and I appreciate your platform and everybody in here this evening. But before we get started, like I was telling God backstage, I say, hey, I know this your platform. But if it's okay with you, you don't mind if I set the correct vibratory frequency. And God behind me, he's like, yeah, God, do what you do. He watched a lot of the information in the university. So, for those of you who don't know me, what I always do before I give any messages, because I channel energy, I really don't like to use other mediums other than the ancestors, because we are gods and goddesses. So all answers that we are seeking for lie within ourselves. But sound healing is the big thing. So. We're actually doing a 7-week chakra cleanse on my website right now, and we actually on the brown chakra. So this particular sound bowl will help to stimulate the third eye. And because I don't want us to just discuss esoteric information, metaphysics, quantum physics, molecular biology, the different topics that we'll be going over this evening, without us being on the same vibratory frequency, it's imperative that we get there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna be doing 3 sets of 4. So what's 3 sets of 4? Okay. We are energy. Everything around you is energy. All right. So everything is vibration. Nothing ever is still. Everything is always becoming. I like how God mentioned the Hermetic teachings when he was just running the ad, because if you go study the Hermetic teachings, it teaches you one of the main principles of polarity, rhythm, vibration, etc. Understanding your universe. So you have north, east, south, west. We were told that these are just actual directions on the planet, when in actuality these are interdimensional realms within this realm of Atlantis that we live on, which we have been told to believe is America, right? Or the world, when you think of a world map. So we always want to send energy in a correct frequency, that north, east, south, west, and the beings that exist in those certain parts of the realm. We also like to send a vibration to the elements: water, fire, earth, air, because each phalange, each finger aligns with a particular element. These are things they don't teach us in school, because being carbonated beings, non-ether beings, we are connected to everything around us. So before we relatively download, I always have to send the energy to those elements, because the elements have as much life as you and I. And then the last set always go to the 4 phases of matter. All right, matter makes up what you consider your physical reality, and the slowest form of matter is what we call solids, which is how you and I appear. So you have solids, and then the next vibration that's a little faster than the solids will be liquids, and the next vibration that's a little faster than the liquids will be gas, which is your spirit realms, and the next vibration that's a little faster than the gas realm will be plasma energy realms, and on and on. So plasma energy is the highest form of energy in this physical state of matter. So we always send a vibration to those 3. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right. So we'll start first with north. East. West. South. All right. Now for the directions. All right. Now for action, not the directions. We did north, east, south, and west. So now for the elements, starting with the most powerful element that was created first, which would be water. Fire. Air. And last but not least, wind. Solids. Liquids. Gas. And plasma energy. Ashe, ashe, ashe. That's that third eye. That's that sound bowl. Sound healing is a real thing. Let me see that light back. Sound healing is a real thing. God, I appreciate you clearing the room for a second so that we can all get on the right vibratory frequency. Sound healing is a big thing that needs to be discussed more within the community. Definitely when we're talking about metaphysics. How you feeling, though, God? Talk to me.
Indeed, man. Listen, I'm feeling absolutely great, my brother. I think the time that we are in, it has boosted my morale and my mood, despite everything we see going on around us. Internally, I feel great. And sometimes my ego say, nigga, you see what's going around? Why? What you doing feeling that good, nigga? And I'm like,
Right.
nah, because I feel good. That's why I feel. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what's going on outside. I got this inner feeling inside, and I know what that's about. The topic, my brother, I named the show tonight Serious Mysteries. I love what you talk about. I love what you present to our community. It's been so long that our community, the melanated community, could not have conversations like this because we felt like we had to focus on the white man or white supremacy. And I understand that. I totally get it. But several teachers, Dr. York, Elijah Muhammad, Dr. Delbert Blair, Bobby Hammond, Dr. Phil Valentine, decided to still talk about extraterrestrials, metaphysics, the cosmos. And because of those brothers, me and you are here today to continue that legacy. And I'm thankful for those brothers who came before us. One thing what I want to say to start the show with, my brother, is that in the melanated community, I hear so much about the Sirius. And I've heard you mention things I've never heard about Sirius X. I heard about Sirius A, B, and C, but you mentioned Sirius X. Now, I used to be subscribed to Gaia because I get information from everywhere when it comes to metaphysics. And on Gaia, a lot of the other cultures, they always talk about the Palladians. So you got one culture that always talks about Palladians. Then when I come within our culture, the teachers in our cultures always talk about Sirius. So I'm like, well, damn, why they don't mention Sirius and why we don't talk about the Palladians? So we'll talk about that, but pretty much let's start out with that. Why is it that, I'm always hearing about Sirius, and when I go over there to get information, I'm always hearing about the Palladians. And you can say who is the Syrians and who is the Palladians, getting all of that, my brother.
Well, the truth be told, I mean, when it comes to the cosmic history of your so-called Black and Latino people, that has been more than hidden from us, right? It was a documentary that came out years ago called Hidden Colors. I believe they came out maybe 5 or 6 versions of it, but it's a great documentary for anybody that's on their journey to start with. I would recommend checking it out because it opened your mind up to a lot of things that's beyond what we've been taught, via social engineering. But when you're looking at Gaia, like I always said on my platform, all right, when you're looking at Gaia, all that is these oppressors, right? You can call them the deep state, the cabal, whatever the hell you want to call it, all right? But at the end of the day, these are the oppressors, and they have hidden all our valuable esoteric information from us. And then they come out with these little series like Gaia or the X-Files or these cartoons, right? Or these movies, the Star Wars, Star Trek, right? Guardians of the Galaxy, and on, documenting all of our history, right? And when you come over to what's us, your so-called Black and Latino people, we have been hit with Jesus. So it's hard for us to get past religion. And for those of us that do get past religion, the furthest we might get is going back to the Dogon, which is the African tribe that kind of spoke about the Nomos, which are beings that come out of the Sirius star system. But because we are so powerful, we can never know who we are. And it's not really knowing, it's remembering. Because you come here as a soul and a spirit. You sign a soul contract. So there's no such thing as birth, for example. We are cosmic beings. So I like to teach our cosmic history. You can never die because you was never born. If you are a 9 ether being with a carbon, what they like to call pigmentation. All right. I just spoke about this because this all ties into Pleiadians and why we don't hear about it. I just spoke about this in a lecture I did on my website called Neuromelanin maybe 2 nights ago. And I was discussing the difference between neuromelanin and melanin. See, the oppressor, he's very tricky. Remember now, who is the oppressor? Satan. But Satan has a million names. His cosmic name is Zeus. But he's hidden behind Satan in religion. He's also Jesus in religion. Because if you understand that Satan's cosmic name is Zeus, then you can understand who Jesus is in the Bible. Because who conquered the known world that they teach you in their American history book? The Spaniards did that. So when you say the Jesus name in Spanish, you get Jesus, right? Hey, Jesus, right? No different than with the story of Yakub, Prometheus, Enki and Enlil in the Sumerian text, Odin in Norse mythology, Satan and Zeus is hidden behind so many different names all throughout history. So when we're talking about the cosmic version of ourselves, many of us had those memories bleached away from our soul via nanobot technology when we entered this realm. We entered this realm through a portal called the womb or the vagina. So we come from the cosmos. A lot of people forget to ask themselves, where were you before you were here? You see what I'm saying, God? You were here, but where were you before you was here in this lifetime? This ain't your first lifetime. This isn't your first experience. You are spirit and soul. You descended down into this realm from higher forms of energy. So you had to descend down to the lowest vibration to even manifest into this physical realm, which we call a physical body.
Right. Okay.
Now, once you manifest in this realm, you manifest through the vagina. This is why a lot of people be believing that we're taught in school, because they got us thinking we're all one human race, right? That's what the oppressors did to us. We're all one human race. So you're taught in school that for 9 months, the mom is pregnant with this baby. But for those 9 months, it's nothing but a vessel inside of her womb. The spirit and soul doesn't enter the womb to the moment before the water breaks. Once the spirit and soul enters the actual vessel that the mother has been housing with her avatar, her body, then her water breaks and out comes this baby. So it's the fact that we have been cut off from that cosmic version of who we are, the essence of us when Source created us. And that part of us we have in our DNA, which we don't even have DNA because we are 9 ether beings with neuromelanin. We have DEA, which is deoxyetheric acid. And you can't even look it up. You can't even Google it, because if you Google DEA, they gonna tell you Drug Enforcement Agency. You see what I'm saying? They got all these gates and loopholes there for you if you ever even begin to peek just a little bit into the metaphysical you. So you're not gonna hear too many black scholars or intellects or that information being taught where we speak about the Draconians, the Alpha Draconian reptilians, or the many different reptilian races, or the Pleiadians, which is one of the many different extraterrestrial races. You're not going to hear too much about that. You're not going to hear too much about the Blue Avians, the Syrians, the Bazoofians, who are any beings that come from Sirius B. You see what I'm saying? The Aurelians, Sirius A stands for Aurelius. A lot of people don't know that. Right?
Okay.
And the beings that exist on Sirius A would be the Aurelians. All right, this is where a lot of your archangels exist. This is headquarters for a lot of your archangels and many other beings. When you get to Sirius B, you're dealing with the nomos and other variants of angelic beings.
Right. Okay.
Because Sirius B, them the Bazoofians. So the nomos and any archangel coming from that location will be considered a Bazoofian. No different than over here in this country, how they call us African Americans and Latinos, but everybody would still be considered Americans, right? They get that whole they get that whole breakdown from the cosmos, as above, so below. So when you see them having the police, we have that in the cosmos. We have police in the cosmos, but they're righteous. We have, like they have court down here, we have court in the cosmos, but it's a righteous court. You know, it's literally as above, so below, for real. So when you're dealing with Sirius C, you're talking about that's Chronos. And the Chronophians, any beings that exist on Sirius C. This is where a lot of your Pleiadians were first created. Pleiadians, reptilians. Most of these beings all originate from Sirius C, B, or A. Now, Sirius X it's the essence. That's source. That's where the black woman who is God was created at. She created herself. She manifested herself out of dark matter energy. So at a metaphysical level, this dark matter energy is dark matter energy, right? But as it breaks down to the plasma levels, it becomes neuromelanin. As it descends from the plasma level down to the gas, to the liquid level, to the physical state, which is the solid, which is the slowest vibration, then this neuromelanin then begins to manifest as carbon, which is why we are carbonated beings.
That's when you talked about the phases of matter earlier. When you talked about the okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's important, God, because you have to understand, we believe we are physical beings because this is what we see, not realizing that you are only attached to this physical realm through your 5 senses.
Mm.
Take away your sound, close your eyes, touch, smell, taste. Where would you be?
Mm-hmm.
You would be in the center of the universe, which is where you really are the whole entire time. When you come here, this is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is an experience. This is why it's called light code lockdown. Because they have figured out a way to manipulate our energy. Remember, what are we? We are not these. We got to get past this skin. We got to stop calling ourselves black people. We not black.
Mm-hmm.
We not no African Americans. We not no niggas. We not no pimps, hoes, thugs. We not black people. We are Anunnaki gods and goddesses.
Mm.
That's the name of our species. And why are we that? Because we are the center of creation. If you want to call her the black woman, you can call her that. But she manifested herself out of dark matter energy. And after she created herself out of dark matter energy, because what is dark matter energy? Let's break down what dark matter energy is first off.
Mm-hmm.
Dark matter energy is what science fear. They call it antimatter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is matter? Matter is everything around you that you can see in this physical. These are all forms of matter, right? This is what science teaches us.
Mm-hmm.
So what is antimatter? Anything that defies the laws of matter. Dark matter energy is so strong and it's so intelligent, it defies the laws of what they consider matter, which is why they call it antimatter and the most dangerous property in the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
The movie Venom was all about the neuromelanin, or the dark matter energy, or what they call in science antimatter. Now, we see these pigmentations and we think nothing of them. Oh, I'm just black. Oh, I just have a darker pigmentation. No, you have carbon in your skin. And what is carbon? Neuromelanin. What is neuromelanin? Dark matter energy. What is dark matter energy? Dark matter energy is divine feminine energy mixed with divine masculine energy. They came together to make dark matter energy. The divine feminine energy was first. Then, out of the divine feminine energy, the divine masculine energy was created. The divine masculine energy is what gives dark matter energy its color. This is what makes it dark, because divine masculine energy is aggressive. Feminine energy is, so they teach us that feminine energy should be receptive and that masculine energy gives the directions. But in the balance of the cosmos, it's the opposite. The feminine energy gives the orders. The masculine energy enforces it.
Okay.
So when you got divine feminine energy meets divine masculine energy together, they met to create this dark matter energy. This is why it's so intelligent. It's an intelligence, and they kind of mimic that when they showing you the Venom movie and the suit having its intelligence before it latched on to Spider-Man, right? Right, it had its own form of intelligence. All right, now out of that dark matter energy, this is where you get your first black woman / what we call Latino woman, because the black and Latino woman is the same individual. The oppressor gave us different names to divide us from each other. But if you look at the genetics of a Latino woman, Latino man with a black, so-called black man or black woman, you're going to see the same genetics, same carbon, same connection, 9 ether beings. So she created what out of that dark matter energy, you get this divine black goddess, if you want to call her that, the first Anunnaki goddess, who holds what they call the Eve gene, right? Or the meta gene, right? Because they consider us to be meta humans. This is why Facebook renamed itself from Facebook to Meta, right? Because the frequency rise and the planet coming back to the original aboriginal beings, which is us, your so-called black and Latino people. So now, this intelligent energy, you having the X and Y chromosome, created more. She replicated herself. So in the beginning, it was a tribe. We were just on Sirius X. It was no divine black males and any of that. No gods yet. It was just all goddesses. Just all goddesses.
On Sirius X.
On Sirius X. X stands for Xylanthia. This is where we from. We was on Sirius X. It was no Sirius A, B, C, no Earth, no nothing yet. In the beginning, it was just dark matter energy.
There was no Saturn, no Mars,
no planets,
nothing.
The planets.
No universe.
I'm taking you back.
Primordial
energies. Before there was time. Because see, our souls remember this. It's just when we talk on these frequencies, that's what these bowls is for. They don't want us having those. That unlocks your genetics. It's sound. It's frequency. When we talk on this frequency, you'll begin to remember, because I'm not saying nothing that you don't know or anybody watching right now. That's why I always say, remember who you are. Because information is being put out here like it's new. None of this is new. You know, and then you have beings like myself, they might want to show me a lot of love or show you a lot of love, or certain other intellectuals, people is looking at us like, oh, we're their God, or because we are bringing information down to help you remember. But no, we're not your God. This information is being put in front of you for you to remember who you are. You don't need a book. You don't need anything. Everything is right here. You go within yourself in meditation. All answers lie within. These are memories. So books and lectures from myself and you and others are only there to help a soul stimulate those memories, unlock, unthaw those genetics, right? We've been frozen, lying dormant, right? So we got to remember in the beginning how it was, when it was just that point, when it was just all goddesses. And then she said, hey, let me create a helper. That's when she created your black god, your first Anunnaki god, and told him to be fruitful and multiply. And that was the God's, that's our job, to provide and protect, to be fruitful and multiply. This is why we have semen, which are the seeds. When we do manifest into the physical, we come down with these seeds to further populate. And when we in the cosmos, in our cosmic bodies, you know, because we in number energy, luminous beings, right? Well, even when we in that state, we're seeding the cosmos. We were the ones that built the planets, that built the universes, that aligned the multiverse, that enumerated how many planets should be in this galaxy, how many galaxies should be in this universe, how many vortexes it should be, how many dimensions it should be, opening up stargates, right? We were seeding the cosmos. So in seeding the cosmos, once you get this whole village of us, the Anunnaki, then we begin to create other beings. This is where your Alpha Draconian reptilians come from, and your other reptilian species, and your Pleiadians, and your Blue Avians, and your Sirians, and your Lyrans, and your Nomos, and your Nagas, and on and on and on and on and on, right? Even your primordial energies, even the gods like Ra and Isis, Osiris, these are all real gods that still exist. You have people that think that Sango is Thor, right? I've heard that before, like people like Thor, Sango, because you seeing certain gods in different, if you want to call them religions or ideologies and cultures, having the same traits. But that's only there to put there to show you that we are all connected. So if your ability is to tap into the plasma energy on a different level than me, but my wife's ability, she might have the same plasma energy ability you have, y'all gonna have the same traits, because that's the galactic tribe you come from.
Indeed.
You get what I'm saying? So this is why you don't hear, because we got here how? We got here because you said, hey, you asked one question, right? That one question is gonna take us on a 2-hour journey, because that's how deep it gets. You know, like when we talking about the Pleiadians, we got to first realize the Pleiadians. Who are the Pleiadians? They are the pirates of the cosmos. So are the Alpha Draconian reptilians. But
you said the pirates?
They're the pirates of the cosmos. Because
wow.
what they do is they go planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy, draining planets of its resources.
Wow.
When they first came to this planet, the Pleiadians, along with the Alpha Draconian reptilians. Notice I'm saying the Alpha Draconian reptilians because there are many different reptilian extraterrestrial races. And the Alpha Draconians are the ones that so happen to be here, that's in cahoots with the Pleiadians and the hierarchy of human beings running our realm down here on planet Kai. Get what I'm saying? So we have to, that's why I say we have to, this is why they don't talk about this in school. Or you'll go listen to Gaia, and Gaia, they gonna give you some gems because they stole all our shit anyway. They just reciting our shit anyway. So they're gonna give you a little gems, but then they're gonna show you white faces. They're gonna water it down. Like they already shown the Anunnaki is white people. You know what I'm saying? They gonna show you that. Just like when they showed you the pyramids, they always said the aliens invented them, right? But then now they want to tell you that the Pentagon want to reveal that UFOs are real. So it's like, it's not like this cosmic information isn't already known. All you have to do is look at all the movies. Where do you think they got the ideas from? Human beings, and I'm not racist. I only talk genetics and science, esoteric science right now. Human beings don't have a soul. They are soulless beings. Because you got to remember how they got here. After the black woman manifested herself out of dark matter energy, and then she created us and told us to provide and protect, we had to provide life force and creation, so we went out to create. But the first gods ever that the black goddess created was the original 23 scientists. And when the first, you had 99 goddesses in total that were created. When you go back home on Xylanthia and the cosmic level, you have a council of 9. These are like 9 eternal flames, but they are goddesses. They didn't manifest. They didn't take on a shape. These are the oldest primordial energies in the multiverse. This is the council of 9. This is source. This is the source that gave us all our soul contracts and our missions. This is source, right? It's a committee. Now that breaks down to the Anunnaki goddesses, right? And then you got the Anunnaki gods. But before you even got that tribe of us as gods, you had just 23 gods at first. This was 23 scientists, and they were created. Their job was to create the entire multiverse. So this is why I've always taught on my platform, when I get to speaking about the true number of creation, I say, hey, it's multiple multiverses. But let's start with the one we're in. We are in one multiverse right now. This multiverse is composed of 9 universes. Each universe is composed of 999 galaxies. Each galaxy is composed of 999 planets. Each planet is composed of 9 realms within it. So the reason I'm able to retain that information is because I'm one of the original 23 scientists, and I came back and reincarnated in this life. Just like before I was in this lifetime, my last lifetime on this planet was Toussaint El Overture in the Haitian Revolution. So because we are in Endgame, you have all these indigo children here that start coming in 1950. These are your ancient souls. So that includes you. This is every god and goddess born after 1950 up to now is an indigo child. Your indigo child are your souls that was here when the original war first started on this planet, when the planet was invaded. Because after the original 23 sciences was created and we went to erect the multiverse and set out to create the universes and things like that, then we begin to create more gods and goddesses. Then we begin to breathe life force into these different realities so that they can continue to create and be fruitful and multiply, because this is what the black goddess told us to do as gods. We was all at peace at this point. When we came to this planet, this was the last planet we created. This was the very last planet. Planet so-called Earth is located. We're in the ninth. A lot of us don't even know where we at right now because they didn't lie on all the maps. Right now, you're located in the 9th universe. We're in the 9th universe.
That number 9 keeps popping up.
Exactly. You always see 9 because 9, even in numerals, math and basic math that they teach you in schools, that's not real math. But the number doesn't go any higher than 9. After 9, you get to 10. 10 is 1 and 0 all over again. But you should ask yourself, why is 9 the highest number? Why is 9 representing completion? What did Tesla say? He who understands the power of the 3, the 6, and the 9 understands the secrets of the universe, right? And Tesla got that from us. That was true. That's why they did what they did to Tesla, his own people, when they seen what he was trying to get, what he was touching into. So you're going to realize that, yes, it goes no higher than 9, and you're going to see 9 in everything we do because we are 9 ether beings. You're going to see that even down to the follicles, even down to your ether. Even your DEA series, we have 9 DEA series. Yeah,
we do.
Right? They have 6. It takes us 9 ethers to get here. There's no such thing as time and space. I always tell people, time was a spell created by Zeus, by the oppressors. Who was that? Oh, there's only one oppressor here on this planet. It's not nobody else, black or Latino, and it's not even the regular white people that go to work. They just, a lot of them is clones and pawns, Mach 5 synthetic robots, or just being put there, being used for us to crash out on. The individuals that's running the planet is the original 13 families. Those are the human beings, and they are in cahoots with the Alpha Draconian reptilians and the Pleiades. These two come together to form your shadow government, your cabal, your Illuminati. This who running the world, your royal family. You know what I'm saying? This is who running this part of what we consider to be the world. This is who gave us the maps telling us that, hey, this is only the world. It's 7 continents. When this is not our world. This world is composed of 9 other realms. We are on Atlantis right now, but they got motherfuckers thinking we on Earth. We on Atlantis right now. Niggas all, man, we on Earth, y'all. You see what I'm saying? People, we on Earth, we human, y'all. We not human. See what I'm saying? We are gods and goddesses. That's not just a saying. That's a genetic thing. We are carbonated beings, and carbon is the basis from which all life in this physical world forms from. We are connected to the plants. We give life to the sun. We created the crystals. We used to have huge crystal towers that graced our entire realm. We had giant trees. Now they call them mountains. We never had mountains. Those are trees that they cut down, and now they're teaching you that they mountains. You know what I'm saying? Those are, when you look at these, they're not even our trees. Those are 30mm bushes. But they taught you them was trees. Just like them are not stars in the sky. You're looking at universes and planets, but they told you they were stars because they knew they couldn't hide it from you. So they renamed things. This is why the English language is a spell that they cast over us on every level. All the words. You calling yourself an American, but that's a white person. You can't say you're African American because now that's two white people. Scipio Africanus was a European. Whatever fucking name, European, whatever you want to call him, he's a Caucasian. That means he's a humanoid. He's human. And that's okay. But he's a six ether being. It takes him six ethers to get here. And he doesn't have a soul. You are a nine ether being. You are carbonated. You give life to life. You are the basis from which all life in this physical density forms, as well as in the cosmic realms. It's a difference, right? The sun feeds off your frequency. The sun kills them because they don't belong here. They're not supposed to be here. They are visitors here.
I heard you say before, we don't need the sun needs us. That's a bold statement there, brother.
That's a fact.
Because we was taught to worship the sun. Like the sun gives us light. The sun gives everything down here life. But you like, we don't need the sun. You said it with such an enthusiasm and such vigor. I'm like, damn, this brother's serious about that statement. Explain that. How does sun need us? We don't need the sun, my brother.
Okay, so let's remember what came first. Do you think the original aboriginal goddess / god came first, or do you think the sun and the moon came first? Before there was a sun and there was a moon, there was us. Who do people think it was that put the sun in the sky? Who you think taught the sun how to shine? Who you think set the temperature of the sun, of how hard it should beam, of how hot it should shine? Who you think gave the sun its orbitatory path to orbit around like in clockwork fashion around the realm? We did that. We do that. The sun is nothing but a big chromosome.
A big chromosome.
One big chromosome in the sky. Right? Shout out to Dr. Phil Valentine too, one of the most powerful intellects. Him, Dr. Delbert Blair, Bobby Hemmett. I mean, all the intellects, right? I like to always give respect to my physical elders because we are all on the same team. But I'm saying that for a reason. When Dr. Phil Valentine spoke about the sun and the chromosphere of the sun, he spoke about this 20, 30 years ago, right? Before it was the internet, right? And he spoke about how the brightness of the sun that is emitted that makes you be. Then I can't see. Put the visor down. You looking all like a little ugly pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Got the sun in your eyes, right? That's the chromosphere of the sun that is making you. I can't see. Put the visor. Okay, now that's the chromosphere. You have chromosomes in you. Now, when Dr. Phil Valentine brought that information down to the planet, that's an esoteric fact. Now, I'm just here to further stamp that fact when we're talking about this sun right now. You have to understand, you have cells. Each cell has a membrane, a nucleus, right? The nucleus is the power. Where does that power come from that's in the cell? That's plasma energy. But how is it getting into your cells? It's coming from the sun. What on your avatar is allowing this channel of frequency to flow through you? It's your ether, which is why the more ether you grow, the more energy you channel from the sun into certain cells. These chromosomes that's inside of us that we control, it's the same chromosome we're looking at when we look at the sun in the sky. So the reason they can't let you remember that is because then you would understand it. Hold on. So if that chromosome hold on. So you're telling me the sun is a chromosome that's actually inside of me? And we say, yes, that's the chromosome that's inside of you that you created. Beautiful reflection. That's your reflection. All right. That's the Son. Right. You are the living God, and that's the Son of God. Right. What they spoke about in the Bible. Right. You are the living God when you manifest into this physical realm, and that Son is the Son of you. Right. And it's going to, just like a child looks up to his parent. A son looks up to his father and his mother. A son loves his mother. It's not nothing a son won't do for his mother. And it's not nothing a son won't do to make his father proud. Now, if you can understand that son came from you and you created that son, what do you think you can get the son to do for you? Now, the sun is full of what? Photon energy, plasma energy. You are full of what? Photon energy, plasma energy. When you're in that sun is actually burning off all toxins that has been put in you through the food that they have given you, through the programming they have pushed into your pineal with selenium that they have fired at you through these flat screen TVs and these cell phone monitors. Each one has a chemical behind it called selenium. That's why your phone has the little, it don't just have one camera lens. You got the camera lens for you. You got the one for the oppressors who's watching us at all times, and you got the one for that selenium. Same thing with your flat screen TVs is in your home. Okay? These are all weapons that are being aimed at you to keep your vibration low, because you are the life giver to the sun. When they told us to praise the sun, you had a sun god named Ra. But if they was to ever show you how Ra looked, how you think Ra looked when he was in the physical? Not to mention Ra is still a powerful god. All the gods from Greek mythology still exist. When they left that physical form, they just went back to the cosmos. But you can channel any of them, anybody that's a nine-ether being. This is what makes us dangerous. This is where this come in at. See what I'm saying? This is where this come in at.
Mm-hmm.
You can channel any of these ancient gods because they're your physical and cosmic ancestors. You can get the sun to come out whenever you want it to come out. You can use the sun to do so many different things because you are the life giver of the sun. Before, when we was in the beginning, we didn't have a sun or a moon. Who you think created that? Why do you think we created it? When we only created the sun to use the sun and we created multiple suns, and this planet, to be exact, had two suns.
Two suns, right.
Two suns.
What happened to the other one?
So what happened was, of course, after the Anunnaki species was created, we then created Sirius A, B, and C, and we created the beings on those galaxies. Then we began to create all these planets and universes. So when we finally got to this planet was called Planet Tiamat originally, and Planet Kai.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We was using this planet as a dojo or a spiritual school for ascension. So it was to be a school for spiritual advancement and ascension, which is why to this day, this planet, which is now renamed Earth, this is still a school that many souls and spirits elect to come to. Because you can reach some of the most highest forms and fastest form of spiritual ascension on this planet because of the way they socially engineered the planet. It makes a soul and a spirit go through many lessons here. You'll go through many lessons here, right? So, but anciently, this is what this planet was designed to do. And we had built beautiful pyramids. We had beautiful huge trees. We had these giant mushrooms. The entire planet was a forest. So think of like Avatar. It was no buildings. It was none of that. No railroads, no interstates, just beautiful forests. And we stood 50, 60, 50, 70, 80, 100 foot tall. That's why they still dig up our bones to this day, God. Like you'll see
Giants.
they stay digging us up.
Yeah.
And see, we was beautiful colors of blues and reds and greens because we breathe hydrogen. Even if you look at the links on your DEA or DNA, as they try to rename it, but humans and animals have DNA. Gods and goddesses have DEA. All right, but even if you look at it, you can see like how the planet was in a magical state. Like all the rocks, all of these little rocks, like how you just walk outside, you see little rocks on the ground. Those used to be a part of giant mushrooms. All your crystals come from giant, how I wear a lot of crystals, right? I wear a lot of crystals, right? These come from giant crystal towers that we had that we used to use to communicate with. We had these chips in our head right above our that went around our pineal gland, kind of like Vision off the Avengers. That's where they get the idea for Vision from. And we had these chips around our pineal glands, and these chips connected us to these pyramids. We never didn't use alphabets. We didn't use words to speak. We spoke using frequency and vibration.
Okay.
So, when we was in this state, you have to understand, like, the frequency was higher, so everything was faster. We was vibrating at a much higher rate, and it was at that point that these beings that we now call human beings invaded our planet. When they invaded our planet, they already knew what they was looking for. This is what a movie Star Wars and Star Trek.
You talking about the Alpha Draconians right now?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Alpha Draconians, the Pleiadians, and the human beings.
Okay.
So the human beings, remember the original 13 families. Who are the original 13 families? These are the Israelites. This is why when the gods and goddesses go on their spiritual journey, black people, right? When they get to the Hebrew, the first thing we stop at is Hebrew Israelite. I'm not religious no more, but I went deep. I found out I'm a Hebrew Israelite. But in the actuality, we are not Hebrew Israelites neither. You know, the Israelites are human beings. Israelites come from the term Israel. What was Israel named before it was Israel? His name was Jacob, right? In the Bible, he was Jacob, and then he wrestled with an angel and he became Israel. All right, so that basically means the angel kicked his ass, right? Because if his name changed to Israel, I mean, he couldn't have won the fight. If you get into a tussle and you change your whole motherfucking name, I'm gonna feel like you must have got your ass.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, we gotta look past the line.
Facts.
Okay, so he was Jacob, and Jacob changed his name to Israel after wrestling with an angel. All right, so now to show you who the Israelites are, these are Satan's people. What's Jacob's real name back then? It was no J's, right? This is why they don't say Jesus. They say remove the J. It was Yah. They say Yahweh, right? Same thing with Jacob. You remove the J, you get a Y. You get Yaqub, right? We know who Yaqub was. It's the same Yaqub they spoke about in religious, who separated the brown from the black germ and created the race of human beings to destroy his people, right? Because Yaqub is Satan. Satan is Zeus. Zeus is Jesus. Jesus is all the same person. You get what I'm saying? So the Hebrew Israelites are the 12 tribes of human beings that was in that cave when they first got here that actually helped the draconian reptilians and the Pleiadians invade our planet and hijack this realm from all you current day Black and Latino people.
Oh shit! Wow.
So this is why this is what people got to understand. This is who the Hebrew Israelites, the 12 tribes, right? The 12 tribes is the original 13 families. Okay, these 13 families still run the world to this day. This is the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergers, right? The Trilateral Commission, you get the name of all these people, the Rothschilds, right? Because these are the beings they passed that down from the caves, right? And then the rest of the human beings that wasn't with the bullshit, when they came out the caves, they became the peasants of Europe. They became the peasants, and all the human beings that was in the original 12 tribes that was with the war of helping go against the aboriginal beings of this planet. When they came out, they became the black nobility and the royals and the Pope. And, people got to understand who these beings are aligned with. They're aligned with Satan. Those are Satan's people. So we can't be calling ourselves the Hebrew Israelites.
So the black nobility was down with Zeus or Satan.
Exactly. Black nobility, Bavarian Illuminati, because you got to remember, Illuminati is us. The real Illuminati is us, because Illuminati means enlightened ones. So when you're thinking about the Illuminati in the sense of how we think of the Illuminati today, like these evil group of people running the world, that's the Bavarian Illuminati. Just like the original Masons is us. If you look at your hand, you still got an M right there in your hand. Master Mason. It's etched in your genetics. You are the original builder of the cosmos. Got an M in your hand. Might be in both hands if you look in your palms. But of course, once they hijacked our planet, they stole everything from us. They became the Freemasons, right? And they stop knowledge at 33 degrees, right? Because 3 plus 3, 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 ether being is the highest, and their information is limited. We only taught them so much. Like I say, when they came to this planet, they came to this planet through portals in the Caucasus Mountains. So when they entered our realm, this is when they was walking on all fours. This is when they was in Neanderthal form. This is how they was when we seen them. Now the Pleiadians, they look like your modern day human beings anyway, so they was not like that. You know, they was in their suits.
So they didn't walk on all fours. The Palladians.
The Pleiadians walk upright because the Pleiadians were already an advanced extraterrestrial race. You got to remember that. So the human beings were the ones that were primitive because they were created in a petri dish by Zeus on Nern. Yeah, Nern is a planet with 2 moons, no sun, so it's always cold. This is why human beings like cold weather. This is where sub-zero technology was created at by another group of beings called the Dark Elves. Zeus created many beings. Satan, as you may know him in religion, created many different beings after we kicked him off this planet. Because you have to remember, when the original 23 scientists, when everything was erected and we began to build this planet up, the ancestors sent some of the most finest spiritual assassins, over 144,000 of them, to this planet, and they sent Zeus, Satan, with them because he was the head scientist. Now, a lot of people fail to realize this is what they was talking about in the Bible when they said, "Hey, Satan was God's most prettiest angel." Okay, but they don't tell you the real story of what happened in the war in heaven. The real story is it wasn't no magical heaven that happened right here on this planet. Zeus, aka Satan, was sent down to this planet with 144,000 of us to this planet, and as you had 144,000 of us souls and spirits that came here and started building the planet up. So some of us started creating the animals, some of us started creating different plants and leaves and nutrients and microorganisms. We was building the planet up. We created different things, and the war broke out because Zeus. I like to call him by his cosmic name. I don't like to call him Satan because he's a bitch. Now, this is how I talk about him. Like, he's a coward, and he hides behind those names and its power in certain names. Well, if you call him Zeus, you stripping him of all them hidden identities. Like, we know who you are. You're our brother that turned your back on us. Because people forget. They try to cast Satan away from them. You fail to realize Satan is originally one of us. If he manifests and shows himself in the physical, he's gonna like a black person, not a white person.
Damn.
Right? Because he's our brother that stepped outside of himself. See, anciently, we never prayed to nothing outside of ourselves. We only prayed to ourselves, and we praised each other. So when we seen another God or goddess, we say, "Hey, I love your creation," or "Hey, you peace, reflection." We praise you, gave you a good vibration, right? Now think about that. That might sound small, but think about how you feel if somebody give you a compliment. It can, one compliment that can make your whole week, right? Imagine people just complimenting you everywhere you went. You would be so high just off those compliments. That's the power of praise. That's what true prayer meant. But of course, they manipulated everything and contorted us to just be praying on our knees and closing our eyes and shutting down our metaphysical self and praying to this white God that doesn't exist. So you got to understand, like, that Zeus, Satan, when he came to this planet, because he was the head scientist, he was cocky. He was basically cocky. Like, man, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. I'm not on headquarters, so y'all can't tell me shit. I'm the highest ranking one on this new planet. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. So what did Zeus/Satan start doing? He started going to different gods and goddesses and killing their creations. Okay, so say you created the wolf. He went and killed the wolf, and now he's operating on the wolf, trying to work on his creation. And he did that with a couple of different gods and goddesses creations till it got to the point where like all the gods and goddesses came together and motherfuckers ain't want him on the planet no more. It was like motherfuckers came together like, look, bro, you gotta go before we beat your ass. You ain't finna keep, I gotta break it down in lamest terms. Like, we gotta think as above, so below. Like, we gotta get out of this mystical mindset. No, as above, so below. You had duality then, you had it now. Ain't nothing new really under this motherfucking sun. It was literally like that. Imagine a science fair. You got a project you got to work on to create something. I got to create. So here we all got to create something because we trying to pass this class. Okay, 144,000 of us come down here. We all got a job to do. We like, all right, we got to build this motherfucker up because the ancestors say this is what they want. Right? But one of our brothers, he want to, after you done worked hard on your creation, now he want to slide up kill your cow, slide up, kill her giraffe, slide up, cut her shrooms down. We hold on, who doing this? You know, once we finally came together and realized what was going on, just like it would have now, motherfuckers came together and huddled about it. Like, hold on, bro, your shit came up missing too. Your shit came up. I thought it was just me. So nobody wanted to come to Zeus because he's Zeus. Remember, one of God's most prettiest angels. So that status he still had of Zeus, the head scientist, like the goddesses created him first. He was the first masculine energy ever created. Yeah. This is why he's so powerful. This is why Zeus, Satan, know you like the back of his goddamn hand. He created the genetic designs for the avatars for this planet. So this is why he know everything about you. You be trying to figure out why it's so hard to get Satan out my life. He know everything. He's the original, the head of the original 23 scientists.
He's the architect of the avatars, you say?
Yeah, of our physical bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the original 23 scientists, you got to think it was still goddesses and gods. Their souls hadn't been even created yet. And they came after the original 23 scientists. So when you're dealing with Zeus, Satan, you're dealing with an ancient soul that played a major part in designing this shit for the goddesses. You know what I'm saying? You playing with the architect of life as you know it, and you wondering why the fuck he's so good at getting to you. He's the architect. You know what I'm saying? He's the head scientist. You know, we got 22 other ones, but he was the head. That's how smart he was. That's why in the Yakub story, they try to say they called him the big head scientist.
Big head scientist, right?
These are all just different names. This is why they tell you in the Bible. This is why you got to read all this shit. You can't just read the Bible. You can't just read the Quran. You just can't read the Kabbalah. You got to read all this shit to get the understanding. Then go within yourself, right? It's nothing but him hiding behind all these different names. And this is why they told you in the Bible. His greatest trick was fooling the whole world that he didn't exist. Well, when I tell people, when I say Zeus, you got people like, Zeus? Still about for Greek mythology? They admittedly think I'm crazy. And just right there, he got you. Because you, if we going off the way they describe, you looking for a nigga with a red jumpsuit on, some horse hooves, and a trident in his hand with a hoodie on. Like I always say, you looking for the nigga on a flaming hot Cheeto bag. No, for real though, guys. Look though.
You gonna pull it out? You gonna pull it out? You gonna pop that?
They got niggas. They looking for him.
They looking for him. Oh man.
They looking for him. You feel me?
Oh man.
And you ain't gonna never see him looking for him.
Oh shit.
He gonna look just like me and you because he's a carbonated being. He's a neuromelanated being. So if he does manifest down into the physical, he has to have carbon. Right? Oh, so, like, this is the true heaven hell story, right? Like, we on a planet and it's all over. It's this beef starting to build because he cocky, like, man, nigga, I'm head scientist. Y'all can't tell me shit. And you know, we like, nigga, what you mean we can't tell you shit? You ain't never finna do what you just want to do. So it's all this arguing going on. What happens is, because we going back and forth, we had never done it amongst each other, so that we starting to emit negative or low frequency. Immediately back home on Xylanthia, they can peep that frequency, so they channel everybody back. They basically beam everybody back to Xylanthia to see what's going on down on Kai. What's going on? Why is this big disagreement? So you got all these gods and goddesses that we telling our side like, hey, we feel like he don't need to be down here because he doing this and that. And then, you know, he's Zeus. He's Satan. He the head scientist. He's God's most prettiest angel. So he got that cockiness. He, man, you know, when they created me first, I'm in good with him. I helped build all these shit. You ain't gonna, you know, he got that cockiness. He trying to go around and he said, because the law of the cosmos is that a soul can create. This is the law, the free will, and that you are to create, right? So that was his argument. So it basically turned into like a court situation. And I've always told the same story. And I'll be like, you got people that don't want to believe it, but when we talk about that war that happened in heaven and hell in the Bible, they didn't tell you shit. They just said a war broke out in heaven and he took a third, and that's that. They don't give you no details about shit. You don't know what the fuck really happened. You don't even know what the beef was about. Like, what was it really about? You know what I'm saying? So it really was about what I'm telling you it was about. Like, it was this back and forth because see, he was already trying to create the human being race. And he was trying to use animals. And if you know how the human beings was created, he eventually created them with the animals. So when we in our cosmic court situation with them, go back and forth, basically the elders came to the agreement like, listen, okay, well, Satan, Zeus, you just leave Kai and that way you can go create your own planet and go do your own thing. And then all the gods and goddesses that we sent y'all down to Kai, y'all keep building Kai up. That way everybody happy. Or so we thought. So everybody like, okay, cool. We beam back down here to planet Kai. We good. You know, we back on our duty. This nigga got to pack up his shit and leave. He should be good too. So everybody cool. He don't want to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, he basically don't want to leave. It's like, okay, they told you to leave. You still trying to act like you got to pack and you got to double back and get t-shirts and shit. Get your bitch ass off the planet. Like, that's the energy we was on. So, you know, he ain't on that energy. And long story short, it turns into like another argument where you got to go. They told you had to go. He ain't trying to hear shit. We get to fighting. So when we get to fighting, I'm breaking it down in layman's terms so everybody can grab. Because I can use a bunch of big words and motherfuckers will be lost out there. Now, I want everybody to understand like it was a family feud. We get to beating his ass, stumping all type of teeth out of him, you feel me? And other gods and goddesses that was there jumped in the fight. It's literally because you remember, we all won anyway. So even though we felt the way about Zeus and what he was doing, like any community, God, if we all live in a community, I could be doing the most foul shit, but I'm gonna still have that group of people that's gonna fuck with me. That's gonna be like, nah, y'all ain't finna jump on him though, right? Same thing with Zeus. He the head scientist, so you know he got all the cloud as they call it today. He super clouded in the cosmos, so you know how that was. There was people that was like, okay, well, this Zeus, you know, this their favorite type shit. We're gonna ride with him. That's how he was so able to get so many to turn against the gods. You got to think about that. If they told you even in religion, he took a third with him. You have to think about that. Like, hold on. What type of power he had that he was able to get motherfuckers to go against God? Right? Because if you don't know this cosmic history, you'll know the religious version. So in the religion version, Jesus is basically God. And basically, goddamn it, they say Satan went against him. He didn't want to bow down to him. He took a third. So you gotta really sit like, hold on. He gotta have some type of clout and power for motherfuckers to go against the creator for him. That's because he made people feel like he was the creator. Remember, the goddesses designed, they chose the gods to create everything. So if he does the head scientist, that's how he looked at among certain people or certain gods and goddesses, even though he wasn't the divine elder, you still got people that was like, okay, we know the elders made him, but shit, he the one that it was his idea to do all this and everything else. So he was able to get so many to turn against us, the essence, which is the Ananuki, the Anunnaki, what we stood for, which is peace, positive energy, I was create elevation, unity. We pray to ourselves. We about nature. We with nature. Satan, Zeus is against nature. So he did unnatural things. And he like, you know what? I'm going to go against nature. I don't want to pray to myself no more. I want somebody to pray to me. That's what made him create the human being race. He literally created the human beings race so that they can praise his ass. Facts. Because he began to get into himself. This is where that jealousy energy came from and pride, right?
But Rashad, they end up hating people that look like him, though.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like once that happened, now you got this whole war that broke out right here on this planet. It happened. Yeah. That war in heaven happened right here on this planet. And when that happened, it was a war, a true cosmic war. And what happened was they ended up getting their ass whipped off the planet. So when they telling you like, he was cast out, he wasn't cast out of shit. We whipped his ass. You know what I'm saying? All him and everybody that rode with him, all the way to a whole nother universe. Like that's how they end up in the sixth universe. And that's when he created a planet called Nern. And on Nern, he finished doing his experiment, which is to create the human being race. On Nern, that's when he used the dog, the wolf. He used the wolf, the lemur, the pig, and the snub-nosed monkey to create the human being race in one drop of our blood. That's what he used.
Where are you? So he created the human being on planet Nern. Where most of the people watching want to know, where are you getting this information? Because a lot of us have not heard of this level of information before. Right. We've heard of metaphysics, things like this, but a lot of things you are dropping, we have not heard of this before. So where are you getting the bulk of your information? Is it channeled? Is it books? Is it teachers?
every time I come in front of these cameras on the social media platform, I'm always channeling. Like I channel my information. So I channel this information from within. I bring this information down to this planet from the plasma energy realms, and I bring it down to the physical realm, and I release it because I've led over 10,000 ancestors within my vessel. So that's just like when you see me standing right here, this is like just a physical replication of some of my spiritual protection and my ancestors that are with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't just have this here in this candle burning for no reason. But we have been lied to about magic. So we don't understand that. But a person that understands magic, and if they understand a little bit of that, then they'll understand what's going on right now, or why we got this frequency bulb, why I hit it a certain amount of times. I hit it 9 times to be exact, but nobody probably counted that. I'm using a certain color, but nobody's probably paying attention to that. I'm using certain things. I have on certain crystals. I have on a certain number of crystals, but nobody's probably paying attention to that. I have a certain set, a certain color on this wrist that's completely different from this wrist, but nobody's paying attention to that. So it's metaphysical, you know. It's me connecting to self. It's me connecting to the essence of source. And what I always tell people is like, don't even worry about where I'm getting it from. Get the message and see if it resonates with your soul. If it don't resonate with your soul, then don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it just because I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? But I like for people to. We've heard so many different perspectives, right? We've heard, and like I always say, we don't even know nothing about the shit they taught us about what they told us, and we don't even think. I wish we was that more critical, God, of what these white crackers told us. You see what I'm saying? Like when they sit there and told us like Jesus walked on water, I ain't never seen one black person say, but I ain't never seen a nigga walk on water. Because you never seen that. When they told us Jesus fed 5,000 with 2 loaves of bread, niggas never questioned like. So he fed 5,000 motherfuckers with 2 loaves of bread. But if I stay here and be like, hey, you know, but yeah, so they were created on a planet called Nern. A person to be in the audience, like, he's a fraud. He's lying. And I'm like, well, what if I said is more crazy than what they told you in religion? You see, because Daniel was in the lion den all night. And when they rolled the rock back, he was still there. Niggas the lion bite him, growl at him with nothing. You feel me? Got a lion, they snarl at him or nothing. So it's like, you know, that's why it's called like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Like what I'm saying, a person shouldn't hear from everybody else. Because then I'm not a true divinely sent teacher. I should say some things to make you be like, what the fuck he just said? If I'm not saying that, then why am I in front of you right now?
Bobby Hemmett made me feel like that when I first heard him. I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck is he talking about? I'm like,
you gotta feel like that. That's how you know it's some real, it's a download. You supposed like, what the fuck? Because it's the rabbit hole. So I mean, for how far you go down the rabbit hole, at certain points going down that hole, you're gonna run across some shards, some glass, and rub an elbow and cut your elbow. Oh shit, something just fucked me up. They got something just bit shit out of me. They got mosquitoes down here. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, that's that moment where you feel like I got this life thing figured out, and then you hear something else and it take you deeper. You be like, okay, it's really another level of information, and it really is. Like I say, I couldn't flow through it like that. And those is in my university, or somebody that be on my channel. They know they didn't heard this a million times, or they watch me. They be know they're like, God, I don't really have no laptops in front of me. Just like when I talked about the Bermuda Triangle, I channeled that information down from the plasma energy realms, the quantum energy realms. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what did you say about the Bermuda Triangle? What did
I basically just was telling them why planes and everything go missing, and that it's pyramids under the Bermuda Triangle and this and that. And I had never heard that before anything, God, no lie. And like a month later, like some people, like some of the guys tagged me in a post. They was like, God, I don't think they was watching your lecture. And CNN was like, scientists have now discovered there's a pyramid under the Bermuda Triangle. And I'm like, look at them. Y'all ain't never said it all these years. Y'all been saying shit. We don't know why. We don't know what the hell going on. All we know is boats and planes go through there and they don't come back. I'm just supposed to be a crazy YouTuber. So when I put the lecture up, it should just be a crazy YouTube lecture. It shouldn't turn into 2-3 months later. Now scientists have discovered, because they do that shit with a lot of lectures that I be putting out. They do that. They'll come out and be like, oh, we just discovered that. We just discovered that. And I'd be like, ain't no way y'all ain't watching this information. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way y'all ain't, because y'all should have been said that all these years. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like with information, like like this is our cosmic history. And see, I like to emphasize cosmic though, God, because most of the information that we've received on this planet was like primitive. I'm talking about this is shit post-Adamite. Like when they get to talk about time and space and dinosaurs and all that shit, that's post-Adamite. So I'm not the person to give you no motherfucking leaf of no information. You got that? It's a whole tree, God. You feel me? It's a whole tree for those that want to know where the information come from. It's a whole tree of information. But when you listen to Rashad Jamal, right? It's the University of Cosmic Intelligence. So I'm down here in the soil. I'm giving you the seeds of where this shit started from. I'm not just giving you the leaf, because that leaf is connected to a branch. And that branch is connected to another branch, which is connected to the roots, and the roots is connected to the ground, which is connected to the seed. The seeds are sprouted from. So I like to go to the beginning and work my way from the beginning back. So for a lot of individuals, you got to go listen to other people before you even come and hear this shit I'm talking about, because you will have no clue. It's not like this ain't some shit you just come in on and you just get on your journey neither. Like you got to already be at a certain level on your journey to understand what we discussing right now in that level, because if not, you just completely closed off. You're like, Nern, planet Nern, what did he say? Two suns. What did he just say? Zeus and Satan, the same people. It was war. They whipped their ass another universe. Like that have a person like lost. But I'm not here to help you find yourself. I'm here to enlighten and inform. And I'm here to give the information that the planet is ready for right now. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm here to do. And that's why a lot of people, like, I get like a lot of my name get caught up in a lot of controversy, because it really be like people will just be upset, or they'll get jealous. You know, people that's trying to teach, they'll get jealous and be like, how the fuck does he know that too? And then they'll, talk bad about me, or they'll go to attack me, and then I'll defend myself for somebody to chop the video up and post it and have me looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's cool. I like looking crazy.
What do you think about, you mentioned multiverse several times tonight. What's your thoughts on this new Doctor Strange movie coming out, Multiverse of Madness? What's your thoughts on that, my brother?
I didn't even know they was coming out with a movie on it. I mean, I don't watch TV like that at all. But if they call it multiverse anything, once again, they stole it from us. Like I was said about Nern, like Zeus created the human beings on planet Nern. That's in the 6th universe, And he also on that planet, he created werewolves. Werewolves are real. He created the ogres, like Shrek is an ogre. Those are real beings. It's on Nern. You know what I'm saying? He created the human beings. That's why the human beings like the war. So if they coming out with a movie called Multiverse, they're only coming out with these movies and these titles based upon the same thing we sitting here discussing right now.
Well, when you see Doctor Strange, he be hitting you with the
Mudras.
The mudras. Why does that make sense? Why is that an effective tool in terms of our spirituality, since you deal with a lot of energy work? Why is that so effective? The mudras.
Yeah, I mean, I make that public. I'm a practitioner of all forms of all the arts. Ancient voodoo, hoodoo, all forms of the arts are ancient arts. But yeah, mudras are powerful. Each finger on you connects to an element. But so like I said, I gave lectures on this already on my website. Your index finger literally lines up. You have 5 fingers. It's 5 major elements. You know what I'm saying? You don't just have the number 5 for no reason. 5 is the number of magic. Anytime you want to use doing magic, you have to use the number 5. That's why they use 5 a lot. That's why they say give you a high 5. This is why you shouldn't let nobody touch you. Because at the end of the day, your index finger controls the first element ever created, which is water. Your middle finger controls the second element ever created, which is fire. Your third index finger controls the third element ever created, which was earth or soil or planet Kai. And your fourth, which your pinky controls the element of air. And your thumb controls plasma energy. So this is what mudras is, a line of elements. So if you're doing this mudra, that's water and plasma energy. And your thoughts, whatever your thoughts are centered with, you're going to be able to tap into that. So it's like, and it go even deeper than that, So when you see Doctor Strange doing certain mudras and to open up certain portals, that's a real thing. You got to remember, Ashe is potential, it's life force, and it's all around you. Ashe, prana, chi, same thing. Just
same thing.
just different names. So it's potential energy. It's all around you. This is how they created the light bulb, right? It's energy. It's all around you. Just like right now, you don't feel it, but if you feel it, right? Your hands start getting warm. That's all that ashe around you. That's the force. So with Star Wars, that was metaphysical. May the force be with you. When Yoda used to say that, you know, like when he was teaching Luke how to, you know, it's called a Jedi Knight, Jedi mind tricks. That's a real thing. That's like a real where we at. We are cosmic forces. We are like when Yoda told Luke, luminous beings we are. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? Yoda represents the Moors. You know, Luke represents the human being because the Moors was the ones to help the human beings because the Moors was the ones that was assigned to watch over the human beings. When they came out the caves of Europe, when they came out the Caucasus Mountains, they was walking on all fours. We taught them how to stand upright. We started teaching them how to speak. We took the wooden boards and stood the white women up straight. That's why they had the flat asses to this day. Until they started doing the ass shots and the little working out. Like, you know, like all we did all that. And the reason they was able to conquer us is because the Moors started having sex with the white women. They started having sex with them. So in the Bible, when they get to talk about we sent the watchers to watch over them, they're talking about us. And we talking about how we sent the fucking Moors to watch over them because we was reverse engineering what Zeus had did to them. Because when they came out the Caucasus Mountains, they was walking on all fours, tails and shit, hairy, looking like Harry and the Hendersons. So we having open big hearts and big souls. We always been 11 species. We remember what Zeus was trying to do. So when the Pleiadians told us who they were, we like, oh, so he finally created them. Because remember, he was trying to create them here first. Remember? Right. So as we seen that, we're like, oh, okay, cool. And we seen they looked like us still. We like, oh, he made them in our image. So when they in the Bible, like God made man in his image, they talking about Zeus making mankind in his image, like us, the real Allah, arm, leg, arm, head, right? The Muslims call Allah God, right? Arm, leg, arm, head. That's the form of God in physical manifestation, which is us. You get what I'm saying, God? So at the end of the day, all that was taking place, and when they was in the caves and we started to reverse engineer them, this is why, like to this day, 1/4 of human beings still grow their tails. If you Google human beings growing tails, they're gonna tell you 1/4 of human beings still grow their tails. You will never see a black or Latino person grow a motherfucking tail a day in your life. We are two different species. So, you know what I'm saying? They human beings, we gods. I'm not saying we gods to call ourselves the most high. We are the most motherfucking high. So, people just gotta wake up and realize that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fake God ever did shit for you. You can get on your knees right now and pray to Jesus, Yahweh, motherfucking Bin Laden, Buddha, whoever the fuck you want to pray to. You could have never sucked the dick, smoked the blunt, cursed the motherfucker out, cut the lights off, stand in the middle of your living room and pray and make your salats. You can make them 5 times a day. You can make them 10 times a day. You can motherfucking pay all the tithes you want. I guarantee you the light in your living room ain't gonna come the fuck on till you get your ass up and go cut it on. So you God the whole time. People just don't want to accept their reality, that you control your reality. Anything bad happen to you is because you emitted that frequency. You're the creator, you're the judge of your days. That's the true judgment day. Ain't no motherfucking no fake white God and no big ass tall rock and cheer waiting for you to walk up one day like, yeah, we're gonna judge everybody. You judge your days every day with the seeds you plant. King, God, goddess, you know what I'm saying? So they don't want you to know that. They want you to wait on the heaven after here so that you don't be creating your shit now. So at the end of the day, like, these oppressors was able to trick these black gods, which was the Moors, into the enchantment. So when they was watching and they started having sex with these white women after we started doing the reverse engineering and they started pillow talking, they started teaching them our enchantments, our spells, and that's what fucked us up. Once they taught us our enchantments, they taught them the enchantments and the spells and all our magic, they took that and they taught them the access codes to our Merkaba. Because you have a Merkaba around you, which is the 6-point star and where it comes from. That's all a part of sacred geometry. But you also have a galactic Merkaba that we were using. And we had 2 suns. And they used that Merkaba to blow one of our suns out of the atmosphere. They couldn't blow it up, but it just pushed it out the atmosphere. So it left us with 1 sun. And that ushered in nightfall because we had 2 suns orbiting at all times. So I'm saying? Never no moon in the sky.
You know what's crazy, Rashad? Pillow talking if you watch Narcos and a lot of the gangster movies, it's how a lot of the dudes fuck up. The
Yeah.
gangsters. They get with
Already.
these they get with these women, and they start pillow talking. Next thing the women tell the other people what they just told them. Next thing you know, boom, it's over for them.
Exactly. And God, that's why. See, I like to break it down in layman's terms so people can really feel it, God. Like I say, I believe in. It's like a nest. Information. Once the information is, you receive this information, you got to spread it to everybody in the nest. Everybody in the nest ain't going to understand if I get to saying Parthenogenesis, right? Like, what the fuck is that? I got to break down what Parthenogenesis means, which is the ability for a species to reproduce without a male counterpart, which is where the lizards get its ability to do that from the goddess. Even to this day, a goddess can make a baby without us. But they don't want you knowing that, or me knowing that, right? Because now they got to explain too much other cosmic shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's really was pillow talking. Like, in layman's terms, they weren't supposed to be having sex with him in the first place. They got to fall in love with him, liking him, just like they told him told out in the Bible. Liking him, falling in love with him. Next thing you know, now motherfuckers telling secrets. Motherfuckers, oh yeah, you know, if you want to get here, you hit that path, you know, you go through that type shit. You know, nah, for real, God. Also, you
said,
you feel me? And that shit spun us literally into like 550 years of oppression, nigga. Motherfuckers pillow talking. Because they took all our shit, and them white women ran right back to them white man in the cave. Look, this is how you do this shit. And they took the shit, gave it to the Pleiadians, and they went right to work. They blew the sun out the sky. They motherfucker, once they figured out
what sun they blew out the sky? I'm sorry. What sun they blew out the sky?
Okay, so we had two suns. The sun you see now, that's the smaller sun we had. We had one that was way bigger than that. You feel me? And that was the main sun that was responsible for keeping the energy high at the point for us to do certain things we was doing. Like moving at speeds that nobody would believe right now, being able to fly, being able to just do access all type of abilities that's in us, being luminous that we couldn't do. Like I say, we didn't have oxygen. Now they spray oxygen. They oxygen into the atmosphere in Margellans. We breathe that oxygen and it rusts us out. So now we appear these copper complexions. But without that oxygen, we would be breathing hydrogen. And then we would be blue, green, red. We would be other colors.
Like Avatar.
Avatar was strictly about us and how the planet looked. Look at how their hair was. Look at how they had their crystals on. You got to look at what they had on. You know what I'm saying? That they was mocking us a little bit. But it's like when they attacked after they pushed that sun out the sky, that caused us to we was on the 33rd dimension when they came here. That caused us to drop all the way to like the 18th. So it was an immediate like reaction. A lot of your air dragons, they like went through reverse metamorphosis and they became birds that you see flying in the sky today.
Oh shit.
A lot of we had dragons back then, which they still fly around, but a lot of them became your modern day birds, eagles and hawks and shit. You know, we had land dragons and sea dragons, and they became your sharks and shit today. You see,
and snakes,
and So everything changed when they moved that second. Our biggest sun out. That's what caused us to fall too, like shrink so quick. Like it was like if you watch a cartoon and how it'd be like a magic screen or go.
Oh, that's how it was like. Right.
That's literally what it was like. To see people, that's hard. Man. That's a hard concept for people to grasp. But they not realizing that magic. Let's talk about magic, right? What does magic come from? Magic comes from the fact that this realm is magnetic, right? You have a soul and a spirit. What is the spirit? Electricity. What is the soul? Magnetism. All right. So your soul is a magnet, and your spirit is electricity. All right. This is why we have the ability to attract things to us because we are magnets. Magic. Mag is the root word. Mag. So magic is just the science of understanding how to use your magnetism and electricity to manipulate other electricity and things around you, because everything has an electrical output to it, from the plants to the air to the elements to the animals. So if you can get in tune with your electricity and your magnetism, now you have enough control of your etheric bodies and your aura field, and now you can manipulate certain energies and do all type of things. So that's what magic comes from, right? So this is why they needed our enchantments and our spells to do what they did because it wasn't just pushing the sun away. It was a multi-unit attack on us. They also understood through the pillow talking how connected we were to the trees. The trees emit some of the most powerful sources of electricity, solar electricity, directly from the cosmos into our planet. That's what trees do. They tell you trees pump out oxygen. That's a fucking lie. Trees never pumped out oxygen because we never had oxygen on the planet till they bitch ass got here. Right? And start spraying. And when you look in the sky every day, you see them planes spraying, they're spraying oxygen and Margellans. Right? So Margellans is the nanotechnology that you breathe in that sticks to you, but it's robotoid. So it sticks to your cells and it allows you to be controlled almost in like a clone format and manipulated via electronical output. You know what I'm saying? From like a source. That's what Margellans do. And the oxygen is there to rush you out and it causes you to age. So when they come with the time spell, you believe in it because you see yourself age, but you're not aging from time. You're aging from the oxygen. So your body's rusting out. You begin to get wrinkled and more wrinkled as you more and more time you spend here. You know what I'm saying? So even the time spell 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, but they can't tell you the 8th motherfucking day. And you count this every year is magic. It's light magic. See, we have dark magic. They have light magic. They have used light magic to put us under spells. They are using spells in every major city that is full of violence, like my hometown, Chicago. Spells on the land, right, to emit these frequencies, emit these energies. We were just talking about this yesterday. My cousin came over. We was talking about how you can drive from Brookhaven on the north side of Atlanta, and you will feel one energy. And drive by the time you get to the west side of Atlanta or the south side of Atlanta, you're gonna feel a totally different frequency in the motherfucking air. And that's in any city, right? Why is that? They are literally, it's an output. It's an output of energy that they putting out there, just like with a dog whistle, you and the dog will go crazy. This is what they do to make us feel tired or feel drained. The 5G towers and all of that. This is what all that's about. But that's all magic. That's all magic. They only know that because they were studying us from the pillow talking. So the ancient trees putting out this electrical output. If you look at your heartbeat, it's shaped just like the tree in its roots. You got your heart, and look at the veins in your heart. Now go look at a tree. It's like an upside down tree, right? So the tree, all the energy on the planet is in the roots and the trees in the soil in the actual land. So that's what the trees did for us. When they got that's why they had to cut the trees down, because that cut our electricity down. So now we wasn't able to access certain abilities that we was using, like the gamma radiation, the photon energy, the advanced levels of lightning, or what they would call like lightning bending, shit you'll see on anime. Like these are abilities that you have in your genetics. But when they didn't cut your trees down, and they that's like a shortage. You are electricity. Remember, it's 666 electrons, protons, neutrons. You are electricity. So everything around us was set up anciently to amplify that electricity. So what they had to do as they began to take our planet over was the first thing, make us defenseless. They had to cut the Wi-Fi off. So they cut the trees down, push the sun out the atmosphere, usher in the cold into the atmosphere, which was a weapon against us.
So, so where's that sun now? Where's that sun now that they push out the atmosphere?
Oh, so the sun that they pushed out the atmosphere is still orbiting in what they would like to call in between universes. So it's still in orbit in between universes. As this energy rides on this planet, it's being pulled back. So they were speaking about it years back. They were trying to call it Planet X and all that little goofy shit. And then they stopped talking about it. And then they started talking about another planet called Nibiru, because Nibiru is a planet and a sun and a spaceship in one too. Yes, it is. That's the truth about Nibiru. However, that's not the main sun that was on this planet. That sun is coming back into the atmosphere as well. That's why the planet is heating up as well, because that's being pushed back into the atmosphere, that second sun. And then it's also like, because you see Nibiru is in orbit, it's been video servicing where people might show two suns, but that's not the second sun, that our ancient second sun. What people are seeing when they see the two suns, that's planet Nibiru, because that's a spaceship, you know what I'm saying, and a sun and a planet.
And what about in terms of like when you mentioned earlier about the phases of matter and the 4 phases of matter, when we leave here, our ancestors, what phase of matter do they go to?
So you have two ancestors. You have physical ancestors and you have your cosmic ancestors.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so your physical ancestors would be any soul and spirit that embody a lifetime on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
So when you descended down into this realm and you entered this through the portal of what will be your mother's womb, your family that you would consider your blood family here would just be that's your physical. That would be you have physical ancestry through your mom and your dad here. But we are multidimensional, so you have a many moms and dads because you exist everywhere. I know you heard about parallel universes, right?
Indeed.
Okay, that's true. You are everywhere because you are everything. So you have a life in a body on every planet, in every universe, in every galaxy. Okay, when you go to sleep at night, that's the reason you go to sleep, because you go to visit those other bodies and those other lifetimes and those other realities. They can't stop you from cosmically traveling, so they had to lie and tell you that you dream every night. So that when you come back, life is just a dream. So you got to understand that this cosmic form of traveling that we go through connects back to the question you was just asking. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, do you really get what I'm saying, guy? I want to make sure that that y'all getting what I'm saying right now, not just because you, like I say, when we dealing with this is an advanced level of, you can't even think when we talking like this. You gotta feel it, right?
Indeed. Okay.
You
Indeed.
gotta feel it, because
when
you're trying to think, you're through social engineering, we have been brainwashed. So we will try to bring logic to anything, right? And maybe me and you spoke about this. Who created logic? Google, do me a favor and Google who created the idea of logic, God.
Let me Google
I
that
know
right
who
now.
was. Yeah, I want you to Google it for everybody in the class today in the university. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your university too, God.
Yeah, hold up. Before we answer that question, since we got 2,500 people in the building right now, I want to give a shout out to this brother once again. I want to thank him for coming on the show, and I want to give a shout out to the Brothers University. The brother's dropping a different level of knowledge, and I want everybody to check out his website, www.theuci.online. That's the University of Cosmic Intelligence, and I want all of y'all to go there and check out the brother's website. The brother have special classes that you can't find on YouTube on here. So if you resonate with the brother's information, definitely check out the brother's website. Once again, this is www.theuci.online.com. Is there anything you want to add to that, brother, before we continue to this website? You want to tell the people?
No. That's cool. They could check it out, or they also can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is the University of Cosmic Intelligence. And we give lectures on there every Sunday, free to the public as well. So that's about it, though, as far as that. Man, appreciate you, God.
Indeed, man. Nah, that's powerful, brother. Like I'm family. I'm well. Let me say this before we continue, Rashad. I know that this level of information is real far fetched to our people. One thing, since I was young, my brother, real young, 5 years old, I've always had reoccurring dreams of cosmic war. Always.
Right.
By the time I reached about, I don't know, probably what? Once I got, 10, 11, you start getting interested in girls. You forget about everything. Basketball.
Right.
I left basketball alone. I left everything alone then.
Right.
But in my adolescence, but before my adolescence, when you're just a kid, I always had reoccurring. I mean, dream after dream after dream after dream of just cosmic war. So when I hear brothers like yourself, Delbert Blair, and others, I don't know to what extent y'all are on point with everything, but I do know that there's truth to what you are teaching. Because, like, there's no reason why I should have had those dreams. I'm talking about for years on end, where I just wake up and I'm like, well, damn, ain't nobody going. My mom was a, she was a Christian, but she was in the Farrakhan. But at that time, I thought she wouldn't understand. So I'm like, no need. I'm seeing all types of shit in the sky, and I'm just like, I'm just keeping it within. So
Right.
when I hear brothers like yourself, I know this shit ain't just all far fetched. So before we continue, I just want to thank you once again for having the. And I see the trolls in the chat. I see y'all, and in the book, in the chat or whatever. But there's a high level. If there's such a high level of information that's hidden from us, family, we might have a heart attack if we really found out who we are. If we find out who we are, we might just have a heart attack and pass out and die. Because we be like, oh shit, what the it would just shock and amaze us about everything that's been hidden from us. So I'm interested, my brother. Thank you. I don't know what was the last question. I think I asked about where the ancestors go. Did you finish elaborating on that?
No, I ain't finished.
Okay, yeah. So you can finish elaborating because you talk about the phases of matter, and you talked about the different ancestors. So go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good, God. Yeah,
Yeah.
far as like our ancestors, the physical ancestors, they go from the physical state immediately to the gas state. So when they leave the physical state, they pass through the liquid state up into the gas state, and then when they get to the gas state, that's when, when people say, "Oh, I saw a spirit," or "I saw," that's like the gas realms, right? That's like the gas realms when you even conceive them, because when they reach the plasma energy level, you won't even see gas, you won't even see an outline, an apparition, or anything, because it's simply a form of energy vibrating way too fast. So it won't even take on any form, and then it just goes up and up. So eventually, after they pass the plasma energy realms, they go off into the quantum realms and to the etheric realms and on up throughout the cosmos. And then from there, it's just about trying to break past the realm, because a lot of souls get lost in the light. So like the moon that we see that we see at night on this planet is not real. It's actually a hologram image of the real moon. So the moon that's being seen here is literally uses the light to lure souls to it. And when souls go toward the moon, you have a group of scientists on the moon that works on this. They have a base. When they speak about the dark side of the moon, that's a real thing, because the moon that we see is not real. So what these scientists' job is, their job is to capture those souls in these little energy containers. So when they capture the souls in these energy containers, they bring them on board the ship and they bleach the soul of his memories. And then once they bleach the soul of his memories, because the whole purpose of bringing the souls on the ship is to erase the lifetime it just remembered, because all of that stays with your soul. So what they do is they bring on and they bleach you, because once you break past the realm, they call that death, but you really just transcend the realm. So when you transcend the realm, all your memories rush back to you of what's really real, right? And you at that perfect place of peace. This is the peace that people feel when they say they had these near-death experiences. They feeling a release of energy, because you're releasing from the physical state through the liquid and on up. So it's gonna be the best feeling, because you going back to your essence. Like you heavy down here, you in a body, right? You heavy. So the release is like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I see him take his last breath. I seen her take her last, but it's the release of energy. So what's happening is you got these scientists, and their job is to keep certain souls circulating and like back to the planet, as opposed to of souls breaking through from the cosmos. So what they do is they'll grab as many souls as they can, lure into their light, bring them on these little ships and these energy containers, and then they'll bleach the soul of his memories. Once they bleach that soul of his memories, they'll shoot the soul back down to this realm. So when they shoot the soul back down to this realm, the soul comes back to this realm, and then it has to find a body. So it skips the organic process of picking its parents, because the organic process is for you to be at home on Xylanthia or whatever your home planet is, and then you sign up for your soul contract to come here. And once you sign up, then you pick your parents, and then you have to wait for your parents to meet in this reality, and then they meet, and once they meet, your father passes the seeds or your body to your mom, and then that body grows inside of your mom. And when that body is ready for you, then you go and descend into that body, and then that's called birth. That's really what happens. You get what I'm saying? So with them understanding the science of us, that's why they put the moon there. And they teach you, or they use religion to teach you to go into the light, because they got you thinking the light is heaven. So when they taught you that, they're just preparing you for transcending this realm. It's like the biggest form of slavery. Harvest is called soul harvesting, because they really harvesting souls with the moon. And once they bleach you and send you back, now you got to start all over again. And then you're not coming back here organically from the cosmos. You didn't went through the moon base, and got sent back. So it's not the same. You might go into a body, or you can go into an animal, you can go into anything, because you're gonna need just energy. You're gonna need a body to go into once you hit this physical realm.
So they hacked the computer simulation. Is that would you say that?
In a way, you could say they got it, because see, this is why people got to come out of religion. Because okay, you remember the prayer? It's up. We back to magic. Remember the prayer? Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray that my soul. Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a spell. All spells rhyme. And when you sit there saying that, you thinking it's a nursery, that's a spell. And as a child, you didn't say that every night, probably. Or you taught your child to say that, or you was taught to say that. So you basically gave your soul to the Lord. Who is the Lord? Satan. Right? Satan is the Lord. You know what I'm saying? People got to understand that religion is Satan is he's Jesus is Satan and Jesus. He's both. So these are spells that you cast over your soul. When you transcend the realm, you're supposed to be light, so that you can shoot back up to the highest form of energy. If you heavy, right, with anything on you, it's gonna make it harder for you to transcend the realm. Now, you got this moonlight, and if you've been fed religion, your soul been eating religion your whole physical existence, when you transcend this realm, you're going to see that light and think that that's the light to heaven. So you're going to float to that light, not even knowing you're finna go right back to experience the physical experience again. And believe it or not, it's a lot of souls who then lived here 8-9 lives because they've been steady going through that moon camp. It's like it's not just an attack on you physically, it's a cosmic attack on you. That's a cosmic thing. And then you got other souls that break past that, they don't go into the light. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the souls that they sign up to come back just to fight. You got the other souls and spirits that don't never take on the physical body, like Orishas and principalities and primordial energies. These beings are true intelligence, but they never take on a physical body.
Who's that you got in front of you right now, my brother? Who's that?
It's Obatala.
Obatala, okay.
Obatala, yeah.
Indeed.
Yep, Obatala, one of the Orishas. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we should know that. We should know everything pertaining to our arts. But like, if it was Jesus right here, we'd know that. Or if it was,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? We'd know, like, oh, that's Muhammad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
right.
That's
Buddha. You know what I'm saying? Like, he meditating in his belly big. That gotta be Buddha. But like, yeah, we should know the black gods too. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the gods that was here before they gods. You know what I'm saying? We gods. And when you can understand we all gods, then it's like, okay, so I understand why we saying peace, God, and God is like, you really a God. So you really the creator of everything you see and that you don't see. Ain't no such thing as death. You came here, manifested yourself in this physical form to be a part of this war right now, because we're at war right now. It's a real war going on. Like, it's been a cosmic war going on forever, because ever since the war broke out with our brother Zeus, ever since he turned his back on us, we've been at war with him. He split the whole cosmos. So it's been a good versus evil. He didn't just take like the gods and goddesses on this planet with him. He took angels with him. He took extraterrestrial races with him, like a lot of Arcturians, which is another extraterrestrial race, like a lot of reptilian species and the Pleiadians. These were all good. At one time, we was all together. You know what I'm saying? So when that split took place, what they call that war in heaven, when that split took place, it was a cosmos thing. It was a cosmic split. And what you have today is that war still going on, with over 200 other galaxies involved in this cosmic war. And then now this cosmic war is coming to the surface. So you see it manifesting all around you in the physical now. You know, you. This is why the where we at right now. We have to get back to magic. We have to get back to sound bowls. We have to get back to crystal healing and meditating and going within. You know, we got to get out of going into books. Everybody should do what I do. They should be meditating and going within themselves and bringing their own truth to reason, because this is how the ancestors work. Everything you need to know is in you. You got to trust yourself though to bring it out of you though. You know.
So what's the end game for Zeus? Is Big Mama going to forgive him and it was just one big family fight? You know what I'm saying? It was just one big family fight and all's forgiven, everything that happened in the cosmos. What's the end game for Zeus, you think? Because Zeus is family.
I mean, yeah, but it's fucking though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
because the way I see it is, although I know that Zeus is our cosmic family because he's originally one of us who turned on us.
mm,
Um, and even if a person never heard it that way, if they ever believed in religion, they should be able to understand that Zeus or Satan was an angel. So if he was an angel and you're part of that kingdom, y'all from the same kingdom, right?
mm,
So even though we from the same kingdom, Zeus is Zeus. He'll never stop being who he is. Like that's who he is.
mm,
That's how he made it. That's what he wanted to be. Because
mm,
if that's the case, the cosmic war could have ended energy cycles ago. Because we
mm,
don't have time and space, but we got energy cycles.
mm,
So it could have ended a long time ago. But you know, Father of pride, he created that reality. You know, we create our own realities. Now he created jealousy, he created pride, he created that, and those are realities that he loves, that he dives in. Even now, with like with the war being where the war is at right now, it's over with for them. He still ain't finna just. He's still fighting all the way tooth and nail, all the way through and through.
mm,
He not giving up. He not slowing down. He's not letting up. That's not who he is. You got to remember, Zeus is a god like me and you.
mm,
So people got to understand, we are fighting other gods. We not fighting no weak people. We're fighting other gods. Satan
mm,
and them are gods. They still gods. They are fallen gods.
mm,
They're with angels. The angels are powerful. As many angels, you got archangels, guardian angels, cherubim, seraphim. It's many different angelic beings, right? The angels is a big family too, right?
mm,
But at the same time, you got fallen angels, fallen gods that's on his side. And we are powerful ourselves. So that's a big war. You know what I'm saying? That's a big clash right there. You know,
mm,
when people be like, when people that don't understand cosmic history, they be like, well, why would God let Satan keep doing that? It's not that. That's why I say you got to get out of religion and get into the real cosmic history of who we are and what we are. This is war been going on for a long time. So it's like when you understand that the essence of the war is based around him wanting to destroy his own species, and that's what he decided to do. Then it's like, okay, well, I see everything else. When you're looking at the physical realm, you looking at a reality that they hijacked from us. They stole all this from us. You know what I'm saying? Once they got
mm,
the enchantments, the spells, they put all that in motion, and you get what you got today. Even us having to wear cloth, this is a spell. Cloth restricts your energy. Plastic, all this shit around you, plastic, glass, cloth, all this restricts your energy. The food they give us, the signs and symbols they teach us, the words they teach us to use, all those are spells and things designed to hurt you and keep you limited. That's why right now when we talk like that, you probably do, because I can't see the comments, but you probably gonna have people, because they do it on my shit. People get on mine, I'll be talking, people get on there, and I don't never focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Because the frequency up here, this ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the
mm,
day, the planet coming back to us. It don't matter who the fuck believe that or
mm.
not. You
That's
feel me?
facts. That's facts.
Yeah, the planet
That's
coming
facts.
back to us, God. Yeah, it don't matter who. I'm not here to be believed. We not in the Pisces age no more. The Pisces age is where we just believe shit. I'm here to enlighten and inform. We in the age of Aquarius. This is the age of information and discernment. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I'm here to enlighten and inform. I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm not here to make a motherfucker happy. I'm not here to make a motherfucker believe. I give a fuck what a motherfucker believe. At the end of the day, we gods. This is your cosmic history. This is why you were God. This is how it started. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
This is what we went through. This is how we got to this point. This is why they on Fox 10 News calling me a violent occultist. nothing is violent or occultist about anything I'm doing. This is
What they called you? What they called you?
they called me a violent occultist.
Wow.
Yeah, they did.
Why they called you that? What happened?
But I don't know what happened. All I do is get on YouTube and teach this real cosmic history. That's what happened. And they bitch ass get scared. Cause they know, see, with me, they know I'm not just no teacher, I'm a warrior too. So I'm standing on this. I'll never go to jail because I will never let these opposition kidnap me. I'm a god. This is my land. This is my ancestors' land. We created y'all. You feel me? So it ain't shit you can tell me. It ain't shit you can tell my people. But you got a lot of our people out here that they'll go to jail. They'll let them pull them over, give them a ticket and everything. You can't ticket me on nothing on my land. So you got to get to that mindset. Like, you ain't ticketing me on my land. And my nigga, I ain't even gonna keep buying fruit. I ain't even gonna keep spending money with y'all on no vegetation and none of that. This shit grow from the land. I'll grow it myself. Then you grow it yourself, but they want to come lock you up and find a reason to take the little land you got. That's what they do. You feel me? So it gotta be at the same point where we gotta be in warrior mode too. It can't just be me on the internet talking about it. Like, you gotta be in real warrior mode. Like, we wasn't never slaves anyway. We didn't become slaves to the Emancipation Proclamation. Like, it's like they try to make it seem like Abraham Lincoln signed that and freed us. No, he signed that and niggas became passive and we became slaves. Because before that, we was warring. We was guerrilla war activity. Every war was us versus them. Even the Civil War, you know what I'm saying? So these are all further lies, you know, as we fell more and more in frequency, you know what I'm saying? Because we was at a mystic point. At one point, we dropped all the way down to Lemurians and Atlanteans. And then from Atlanteans, we dropped down to Egyptians, then Mississippians, then Cherokee and Choctaw and Sioux and Aztecs and Incas. And then next thing you know, now we colored people and Indians. And then next thing you know, now we African Americans and Latin Americans today. Like,
that's a powerful breakdown there, brother. That's a powerful breakdown right there, man. Damn, that's a powerful breakdown.
Back though. So yeah, guy, you know, it's like we on Atlantis right now. But Africa is Egypt. I mean, Africa, you can enter Africa through Arizona. The Grand Canyon leads into Africa. But the fucking ancient Egypt.
The Grand Canyon? What do you mean, like a portal? You mean?
No, it's not even a portal. You can literally just walk through the Grand Canyon and keep walking, and you're gonna come past a pyramid. Once you pass that pyramid, you're gonna be in what they call present day Africa. Damn. This is why they don't let people walk through the Grand Canyon. You can only go so far. It's limited. You can't just walk through the Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to know that you don't have to go over the water to get to Africa. That's a lie. The map don't look like that. And you can touch any piece of land. You can be in Europe on foot. You can reach Africa on foot. You can reach anywhere on foot. We are all one landmass still connected.
So you're saying we're still one landmass? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Surrounded, we still one landmass connected.
Oh,
all the continents still connected.
Are still connected.
And we surrounded by one big body of water. And then that water is surrounded by an ice wall. That's what we at right now. That ice wall is called Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? That's how the realm look. And then we got people on the other side of the ice wall, and it's continents and more land. They call them Lemurians. And then we got another ice wall and more gods and goddesses on that side. And they all are like us. It's us. Just like on the spaceship. Like, and when you start seeing these spaceships and the gods and goddesses getting off the spaceships, and you gonna see us. We gonna like, damn, you thought you was gonna see some green people hop off. Don't get me wrong, we are green, blue, and red and different colors too. But you gonna see us. You gonna like, damn, that's us.
Are those different ice walls the equivalent to different planets?
Or no, it wouldn't be like so. Like, okay, so the ice walls are just really put there, because when they first came here, we was like, okay, when the war broke out over our planet, our ancestors was fighting with them. So a lot of us was those ancestors, right? Because you got to understand, it's the same spirits and souls, just in different vessels. So this is why we are the ancestors. But that's another deeper level of it. But we was warring with them, and they called in the dark elves. The dark elves are the ones that created the sub-zero technology. So this is what cold weather come from, snow, ice, all this stuff. We never had none of this. We are real Caribbean. You know, we Caribbean vibe. Like the whole vibe you get in the Caribbean. We tropical. We are tropical beings. You know what I'm saying? So we never had no ice, none of that. So when they come to our planet and they start shooting They got these big weapons and they shoot ice at us and snow at us and weapons blowing this freezing cold air on us and shit like that. Yeah, you know, they start freezing us and they started advancing in the war just off the sub-zero technology. Like it literally was used as a weapon in the war against us. So when you're looking at the walls of Antarctica, you're looking at a lot of the bodies of our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, that was frozen, you know what I'm saying, in time, frozen in the wars. When you look at them icebergs floating through the ocean, them be bones and kneecaps and elbows that froze and just floating. Like it gets so deep. Like I said, we were giants at one time. Like we fell so far in frequency because they took all this from us, and it happened over a period of energy cycles. You know what I'm saying? It happened over a period of energy cycles. They call it time, but I'm gonna call it what it is: energy cycles. And we began to drop lower in frequency, lower in frequency, lower in frequency. You know, so we reached a point where we got all the way down, like I say, to what we are today. You know, but that they had to break us down though. Because like I said, if you look at each generation, we had more unity. You keep going back. You go, like I said, you go African Americans, Latinos, keep going back, that's gonna turn to Indians, keep going back, we're gonna be Choctaws and all that. You go back some more, we're gonna be Mississippians. You go back some more, we're gonna be Egyptians. You go back some more, now we Atlanteans and Lemurians. You go back some more, we Anunnaki gods and goddesses. You go back some more, now we just dark matter energy. So like that's the whole breakdown of us in the cosmos, God. You feel me?
Indeed. So, what would be the difference between energy cycles and time? Because you keep saying they deal with time, we deal with energy cycles. Give me an example of an energy cycle that we would understand.
So okay, we can measure energy cycles with the sun, right? So
Hmm.
we could go out if you still in tune with nature, right? You could go out and look at the sun, and you could be like, okay, if you really watching the sun and how it's moving and orbiting around the planet, you can count the energy cycles off the sun. That's how we move. We went with the sun, as far as energy cycles. Now, when you talk about time, time is based around seconds, minutes, days, months, and those seconds can start whenever, right?
Mm.
But the thing is, you got to look at time like this. You really just repeating the same days. So, how many days is in a week? They tell you 7. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how many days in the year? They tell you 365 if it's not a leap year.
Mm.
Okay, so it's 365 days. I've been using this example forever because it's just a basic, simple example that you can just grab right away. What's the 8th day of the week? Name the 8th day. Okay, we got 7 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, what's the 8th day?
Couldn't answer that.
Right, exactly. And
Mm.
nobody will.
Mm.
Nobody will. So
Mm.
we got 7 days we know of.
Mm.
And we talking about is how many days in the year again? 365 days.
Mm.
Okay, well, name the other 358.
Mm.
Because we can't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Mm.
Saturday, Sunday, get to Sunday, and start over again with Monday and say we don't do that with money, do we?
We do that with the piano, the notes in the piano. After 7 notes, we start another octave, but the octave is the same note as the beginning note from the previous octave, but just at a higher tone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's still, now check this out. That still is aligning up, making sense. You know why? Because if we gonna say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's 7 days. We need that 8th day. When we get to Monday, we can't say Monday is the 8th day. We've already counted Monday. Because
Mm.
like I say, yeah, they try to do that with the piano, but that still don't make sense because once again, with money, we can't do that. If I owe you $100, if I owe you $200, I can't go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 and flip it over and go 120,
20.
140, 160, 180, 200. You're gonna be like, where the rest of my money at?
Right, right,
All
right.
day. You're gonna be like, because we should better do that with money then. Like, okay, well, if that's the case, well, why can't we do that with money? Why
Mm.
can't we do that with no? We say if it's 365 days, okay, we know 7 days. So we need to know the rest of those days. If we ain't got the rest of the days, that means it's only 7 days in the year. So okay, if I'm 30 years old, 7 days in the year, so that means I'm 210 days old. That don't. Now I'm all fucked up. Okay, and if I don't want to use that, okay, let's use this. What calendar are we using to measure time? Right now, the calendar that we are using is called the Gregorian calendar. In the Gregorian calendar, they set time back 8 years. Now,
Mm.
who is they to set time back? Let's not forget that these are people that, just like me and you now, and these motherfuckers set time back 8 years. So that means even right now, if you 30, you really what? 20, 22? If you 20, you really what? 12? Because based upon the Gregorian calendar, the time was set back 8 years. Okay, so anywhere it go, that's what I'm saying. You're like, well, what time is it? What calendar are we using? How are we? There's too many different calendars we can measure this shit in, and it's like, no, none of that makes sense. Birthdays, like birthdays, same thing with a birthday. I only came here one motherfucking time. I landed here 11/22/1986. That's when I landed. So if I landed 11/22/1986, I never landed again. So why is every year am I celebrating this day? And then I got this cake in front of me, and I got these candles. And see, if you understand the power of candles and how you can program candles and speak intended to candles and how they measure energy, and you can manifest things quicker because it's a candle. It seals your intent, whatever your wishes. You will understand why they put the candles on the birthday cake. You see what I'm saying? But see, they took our magic from us. So right now, a person will think I'm crazy sitting here with these crystals, and they see, who is this black dude and this and that, and he got candles, and what the hell going on? And the whole time, I got a whole ritual I'm doing right now the whole time while we've been live. So at the end of the day, like, and the person don't have to understand that, but thus it should be regardless. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what they doing. So when you talking about time, that spell does what? It locks you in. And now you believe that you them ages. So now you're limiting your being just to that age. Because you telling yourself, I'm. And if you know the power of words, anytime you say I am, that's the soul. So now you're spell casting over your soul. Like, I am 20. I am 21. You're limiting your being to just these numbers when it should be I am everything and everything is me. I am the center of the universe. I am God. I am that I am. Because whenever you say I, that's the soul. Whenever you say me, that's the ego. So, it like, people might not look at little stuff like that, but it matters in your energy field. Just like using the word HATE. I stopped using that word and my blessings flowed just because I removed a word out of my vocabulary. That's how negative the word is. Or you say good morning, MORNIG. Morning means it's the morning dove. Like, it's only one morning. So if I come up to you and say that, then I'm wishing you bad energy. And I don't even know it. That's what makes it dangerous, because I'm thinking I'm saying something great. So I'm, hey, good AM to you. And I do that too. But when you take that out your frequency and you stop using it, it's grand rising, and you realize these words, you'll see the power of magic and spell casting in your words, and hoodoo and voodoo, and why they took it from us and why they use it. They still use it though. They still using it. Every restaurant using orange and red to trick your solar plexus and to get you locked in your root chakra and your sacral chakra, to lure you to come here and want to eat this motherfucking poison.
Right, indeed.
It's all magic going around the whole time. The number they using, the number of days in the week, the number of colors in the rainbow, the colors of the restaurants, the shapes of our homes and houses, squares, prism shapes, things that restrict electricity energy. Because they know pyramids and spheres amplifies energy. Vortexes amplifies energy, right? So it's like everything around you, plastic, glass, cloth, which is cotton, has been put around you to limit you on every level. The words they taught you, they took vibration from you. This seems weird to people, but that's vibration. That's how you originally speak. They took that from you and gave you the words that you gave them. We taught them alphabets. We the alphas, they the betas. You know what I'm saying? We taught them this shit, and then they re-rocked it to you after they did enslave us, after they hijacked our planet from us. You know what I'm saying? So we getting our planet back now, but they have 550 of their man-made years. That's why it's over with now. That's why you see this grand awakening, because the ancestor energy is back. It's flat out war. Everything without a soul gonna be eradicated. Everything vibrating low. We ain't come to play. The ancestors ain't come to play on no level. You see what I'm saying? That's the part people better know. Like, this shit ain't gonna be no joke. We're gonna get real gangster around this bitch, because look what they done did to us. They didn't drench the land of our blood. You think we finna play with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like it. Like, people gotta know that part. Like, this ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no joke with what we going into. So all that peaceful shit, we not being peaceful with our enemy that wasn't peaceful with us. You know what I'm saying? It's still right now kidnapping and raping our kids and our babies, poisoning the food, miseducating you on every level, manipulating your energy fields, having you stuck in your chakra and your sacral chakras with pornography. You know, social engineering got you thinking you're not good enough. You know, got you walking around with insecurities, got us don't even want to communicate with each other, connect with each other, no unity. We don't even do family reunions no more. You know what I'm saying? Like all that comes from social engineering and us being weaponized against each other. So like, you know, it's in game now. Them days is over with. That's why we speak the way we speak. That's why I say the things I say, and I say it the way I say it. Like it's fuck the FBI, fuck the CIA, fuck the whole system. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what need to be said. It's fuck the Pope, fuck all of them. Because at the end of the day, we the last generation. We ain't come to play. We ain't come to be nice. We everybody awakening. We spreading this information, but we gonna stand on the business too because we know how they get. You know, it's over with for them. So you got to know that we are warring with people that like to be violent. You know, these are the people that took everything from us. They violent. They rapists. They murderers and rapists. You know what I'm saying? So you can't come trying to be peaceful with no murderers, no rapists, and think you're gonna get some change. You ain't gonna never get no change. You know what I'm saying? We not marching about shit. Like we watched our ancestors march. We ain't marching that shit over with. We on a whole different energy. We on some like straight gangster shit. Like the SAR land, we ain't honoring nothing. Niggas ain't even working for their jobs no more. Like I walked off my job. I got my own companies. We got our own companies. Like fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? We damn near ain't finna pay. We ain't pay no taxes. Fuck y'all on taxes, all type of shit. Like, what y'all gonna do? Lock a motherfucker up? If you try to come kidnap me, you gonna have to take my whole avatar because ain't no them days over with. We not going for that. We not going for none of them using these laws. That they wrote these laws with the deepest of hatred in their heart for our ancestors. These laws never changed. These laws ain't never changed. These are the same laws. You know what I'm saying? So why is we respecting the law? The law? Why is we respecting their litigation? Why is we respecting anything when it come to them? Why is we respecting liars? They done lied to us about everything. But we won't fuck with each other for less. I lied to you about one thing, you cut me off. We catch these motherfuckers, we catch these motherfucking racist oppressors lying every day of our lives, and niggas still want to believe them. Niggas still want to kumbaya and hope Jesus come out the sky and change something. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, that ain't the energy we on. We on straight Haitian Revolution energy. We on Nat Turner Ogun energy. We on Shaka Zulu energy. About these kids, about our land, about our people. God, that's the energy I'm on. You feel me?
You on fire. You on fire, brother. Go ahead, man.
Nah, you know, for real, God, because it's like, you know,
Go ahead, brother.
ain't
Go
just
ahead,
being
brother.
thinking about who we are. We need to know how great we are, though. So, like, that's all I do. I just remind us how great we are, like what we come from, what we did, what we invented. I ain't saying that to make a motherfucker feel good. I'm saying it because this is what we did. If we didn't do it, I can't say we ain't do it, but we did it though. We did it. We created everything. All that you see, all that you don't see. So that's something to be you should be empowered by that because they ain't never told us that we wasn't shit. But some Africans with some baskets of fruit on our head. So you measure that up against the shit that we know now about who we are. We remember who we is, man. You know what I'm saying? Andy, that's what our people should want to hear. You should want to hear, like, you should want to hear how great you is. Motherfuckers so used to being put down at the bottom part that they ain't shit that when they hear that they great, they don't even want to hear it. I didn't listen, man. I done been down here in Atlanta. I done seen goddesses in the streets be peace goddess. Don't call me no goddess. Damn, but if I'm like, hey, what's good, bad bitch? You love that. Hey, that's a bad bitch right there. Hey, Gary called me. I know I'm a bad bitch. I just got my inches in and called me a bad bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? See him, peace, God, what it do? Man, I ain't no God. But I mean, what's good, Crip? What's good, Blood? What's good, G? What's good, folks? You know what I'm saying? What's good, Killer? You know, what's good, player? What's good, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You want to be called a killer, though. You rather be a killer than be a God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you a God, I ain't no God, man. Don't be calling me all that. That's what you is, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's empowering. That's what I'm saying. That's how great you is. It's just like the saying they had, and the saying was about us. This is the saying. They didn't tell us it was about us, though, God, but they was talking about us. The saying goes just like this. Our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him.
I'll repeat it 3 times because we understand the power of the 3, the 6, and the 9. So I'm going to repeat it 2 more times. Our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. One more time. Because they didn't tell us that they were talking about us, but they were. Our deepest fear. So the quote should have been read like this, because they was talking about us. Our deepest fear is not that they, Aboriginal, Indigenous, Black, Latino, Anunnaki gods and goddesses, are not inadequate, but that they are powerful beyond measure. See what I'm saying? And that's literally what we are. You can move things with your mind, that's real. You control every element, that's real. So when you're looking at the Hawk, that's gamma radiation. You got that in you. We got green veins. Look at your veins, they green. Now look at human beings' veins, they veins is blue. Because they are single cell organisms. They were created in a petri dish. I say that with respect, because I'm not down on them. Shout out to all the high vibrational human beings. I rock with a bunch of white people that's vibrating high. But I'm talking about genetics and the science of who we are. Green veins, because that's gamma radiation. Radiation strengthens us. That's what I'm saying. But then they'll tell you don't stand by the microwave, right? Electricity strengthens us, but they'll tell you don't stand in the window while it's lightning outside. You get it? Because they know what that do to you.
So you think 5G strengthens us? All this new technology they're coming out with?
See, 5G, that don't strengthen us. That's there to hurt the planet. That's a weapon. See, the 5G towers are used to activate the ice crystals in the clouds. Because see, they created weather. They created their own weather. Like they ushered in cold on our planet. Winter is fake. They create winter. That's why it's only lasts so long. The rest of the seasons are warm, basically, right? So and everything dies during winter. But that's fake. You know what I'm saying? They created the weather. They got these clouds, right? They create these clouds to block out the sun because of our connection to the sun and what the sun does to us. The sun burns toxins out of our body. You're supposed to sweat because that's the toxins being released from your body. The longer you sit in the sun, the more toxins you will release. It's literally burning the poison off you that they feed in you. You know what I'm saying? If it was no poison in you, you wouldn't sweat. But they create these clouds to stop us from powering up. Remember, we electricity. So imagine a phone. It needs a charger. That's the sun for us.
Sun, okay.
So we can't let them get too much sun. So they create the clouds to block out the sun. Then we got to make it cold because that's the opposite. That hurts us. Now,
keep talking, bro. I got to get the door upstairs. Just keep talking. Okay.
That hurts us, right? So when you see how you feel in the sun compared to how you feel in the war and the cold, there's two different elements. You're gonna feel two different strengths. You're gonna barely feel something when you super cold. When you warm, you just something different. You just something different. So what they did was they put ice crystals in all these clouds. And all these towers like 5G technology and 3G and all that. They've been using all those 3G towers, and now we want to call them 5G towers because people starting to notice them now, but they've been had them. They use that to activate the ice particles in the clouds. And when they activate them, this is where your cold weather come in. This is where your snow come from. This is where your precipitation come from. This is where your fake rain come from. Because you do got a real form of like a rain that the planet and the rams kind of do themselves, but we don't ever get to feel that rain because they spraying oxygen and they got the fake clouds and their own version of rain set up. So they controlling that. They controlling the atmosphere from every different level with the weather. So, but as we come back to our essence, if we can recognize our connection to that sun and to the planet, then we can control the weather ourselves. We can re-hijack the planet from them just by taking our power back within ourselves. So if we understand our esoteric connection to the sun, they can't use their weather to control us no more. They can't do that when we understand our connection to everything around us, that you can go in meditation and manipulate anything in this physical density just with your mind. Anything is at your command. Long as you ask first, it's going to work with you. Any element, anything you're trying to do in this physical reality. And that's the secret they don't want us to know because we then hijack the planet back from them.
By taking control over the elements.
with our mind, with
Our mind.
and not just elements, like things like think about the sun and what it does for us. So like when they say it's a cloudy day, if we all had our mind set on a sunny day, the sun coming out regardless. If just one of us focus and do it, a lot of us do it, yes. But that's on any intent. That's on any intent. That's the metaphysical side. That's the true power we got. We even with bullets, like bullets is kinetic energy. So we reaching a level where bullets don't even work anymore.
On some Neo shit, Matrix, Neo
Listen,
shit. That
straight listen.
that.
A
We
lot of our
talking.
people, no lie, God. A lot of people don't know this. Bullets are kinetic energy. Bullets come from guns. Guns are made of carbon. So that's us. You can control the bullet and its trajectory and everything about the bullet strictly with your mind. But if you don't understand the science of yourself and what you are and what that bullet and what that gun is, then you can't do that. And with the planet rising at a different frequency right now, a lot of people, especially if you woke, bullet ain't even gonna hit you. Because the planet needs you right now. Bullet could be aimed at you, bullet could be coming towards you, they won't even penetrate your aura field. You can literally change the listen, a bullet can't penetrate nothing without velocity. So you got to know the science. If you was to go in meditation, whatever you think about in meditation, you're going to manifest. That first off, that's the power of meditation. Second off, so that means anything. You can go into meditation and you scientifically break down that velocity. You say, you know what? I'm going to recode the velocity of this bullet to 0.00. That means that's zero velocity. That means the bullet ain't going to have no velocity. And if you program that with your mind, somebody go to fire bullets at you, they won't even penetrate you. That's a fact. That's the level. That's the level that the planet is rising back to, and this is the level that one must be on right now. Because that's what we are. Simple things like guns and bullets have put fear into the Black community and stopped them from rising to get the planet back.
Big time.
So now that's been broken down. All those weapons the armies in them have, they've been disarmed. The whole war that's going on in Russia, Ukraine, it's a hoax. That shit ain't really taking place. Distraction. It won't be no more wars on that level. They don't have that permission to even put that type of energy on the planet no more. The ancestors back, the ancient ones here, the cosmic forces here. You know, you got too many extraterrestrial races here. Like it's literally endgame.
Like who? Tell me some of the extraterrestrial races that are here that are like, you can't do this no more, motherfuckers.
So you got
Draconians, you can't do this. Like who's
so
here?
you got a lot of the Nerubians are here. The Nerubians were the ones that salted the seas originally. So the Nerubians come from a planet called Nibiru. Nibiru is a planet, a spaceship, and a sun. So a lot of people don't know that anciently it was no salt in the seas. The Nerubians are the ones that salted the seas. Now, why are the Nerubians here? The Nerubians are here to clean up the atmosphere. So their job, what they do is like they'll appear in the sky as the sun some days. And if you don't have a keen eye, you won't be able to tell the difference. But some people can. They catch it. They post videos about this. Okay, so on days when they are on the planet or on this realm, right, of Atlantis, what they'll be doing is they'll be cleaning up the atmosphere. So they going into the sea, they cleaning out all the pollution out the seas. They going into all the rivers, cleaning all the river pollution out, cleaning the forest up, putting that good energy back into the forest, cleaning all the Margellas up out the sky, trying to clean the oxygen out the sky, pump the hydrogen back into the planet. That's the job of the Nerubians. So that might not seem like much, but it is, because if we get the atmosphere back right, then we can unlock all of our genetics and we'll be a lot more help to them than we have been thus far. Then you got the Nagas here. The Nagas is ran by Medusa. Medusa, her story was told a little bit in Greek mythology, but it wasn't connected to the Nagas. But she's actually like one of the main goddesses, like one of the head, if you want to call her queen, of the Nagas. So the Nagas, they are gods and goddesses like us, but they have serpent bodies. So they have arm, head, torso, body of serpents. So you're thinking of like a snake, or some of them even have lizard bodies, you know what I'm saying? But majority of them have the body of the lower half of a snake. This the Nagas. They also from the Sirius star system. You have the Lyrians here. You have the Syrians here. You have the Martians here. You have a lot of Martians here. You have a lot of the veneer. All right, so these are the beings who I spoke about. They live on this realm. They are interterrestrials, because extraterrestrial races are races that are from different planets and galaxies and star systems, if you want to call it that. And then you have interterrestrials, which are if you want to call them alien, but they're not, alien races that live within our planet. You get it? So you got them more in action. You have a lot of the nomos reappearing. So this are a lot of your sirens and mermaids and mermen. They are all a part of the nomos, along with dolphins and whales. So the dolphins and the whales are getting more aggressive and more active in the war as well. You also have a lot of your elemental warriors and beings that's back on the planet. You also have a lot of that ancient energy, like from the sun god Ra. His energy is on the planet. Isis and Osiris, their energy on the planet. Anubis, a lot of these Egyptian gods, these are spirits. Their energy is on the planet. You can channel all this energy too. That's the crazy thing about it. That's what I'm trying to say. People have no clue. Our people have no clue what they can do as God, as black people, if you want to call them that, gods and goddesses, being aboriginal beings. You can channel all this different energy from these different other gods, which is your cosmic family and your physical ancestors. These are our cosmic ancestors and our physical ancestors. You get what I'm saying? So this is why these beings will work for us. And that's what they fear. They fear us going back to that state where we not just fighting them, but we because we in a physical density. So we have to call it in their help. The archangels, angels, you have to let them in. They just can't come in. Because all beings have free will. Sovereignty is the law of the cosmos. So you have to call these different advanced beings in.
Right. They need their invitation.
You have to call them in. Yeah, definitely. That's how it works. But that's the side of us that we got to get back to.
I remember, that's my son. Pardon the noise, family. That's my son says.
Yeah.
I remember watching when I used to watch True Blood back in the day. The vampire used to come to the door, but they couldn't get in unless they was invited. So they would do something for you so you can invite them. Then once you invite them, then they come get you. You know what I'm saying? But it was all based on you inviting them in, but they couldn't get in your door. They would run up to the door, but they would stand right by the door. Then once you invite them, then they got you. So yeah. That's powerful.
Yeah. That's real. That's how it works. Like they get the whole idea of, because that's in a lot of vampire movies. Like vampires can't go into your house without your permission, right? But that idea comes from how it works in magic. Like anybody that works with spirituality will tell you that too. That's deep in the journey will tell you, like, when you practicing magic or you working with certain deities or certain spiritual families or certain ancestors, like they need your permission. Just like if I wanted to help heal you, if I wanted to help, say you got sick and you wanted me and I wanted to help heal you, I could do a ritual to help heal you, but I can't do it without your permission. I would have to literally talk to you. Hey, God, man, with your permission, I would like to do a ritual for you because you are a sovereign being. So the law of the cosmos is you cannot violate nobody's free will. Thanks, man.
But what about voodoo? People feel like their free will has been violated because somebody put a curse on them. They damn sure ain't agreed to that curse being put on them. They be like, man, so and so said I was gonna get into this accident. They got into it. So how is that? Ain't that a violation of somebody's sovereignty?
Hell yeah. Like, and that's why the people that's like, okay, so this is how that works. Say somebody put a curse on somebody, right? It would have to be like if somebody tried to come after your family, like a real practitioner of the arts, they gonna tell you that like a person can't just put no curse on you just to do it. If they do it, it's going to come back to them. That's how that go. Like, but like, okay, say I don't do nothing to you and you want to go just put a curse on me because you mad because you think I got more money than you or something, right? So I think he more whatever. You go put a curse on me for nothing. I ain't did nothing to you, your family. It's gonna come back to you and hit you 3 times hard. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come to me, but once it get to me, I haven't did nothing. And if I got any type of spiritual protection, it's definitely gonna send it back to you. So let it come back to you. But let's just say I try to rape your wife. I try to kill you, rob you, hurt you, something like that, and then you try to put a curse on me to hurt me. You got the green light because you got the right to protect yourself and your family. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. Like, so when you see people like this practicing voodoo and they go put curses on people for no reason, those are people that's they're using the energy, they're using the art for negative results. You know, that's like with a gun. Like I could take the gun and I can go rob the liquor store. I could take the gun and only protect my household. It's the same thing with the magic. It's the same thing with the arts. That's why everybody can't know it, because if they're not disciplined or at a certain level spiritually, they will do petty shit like that. They will. You know, that's why it's kind of good that all our people don't remember certain parts yet, because they're not ready for it yet.
They're not ready for it.
Work. Yeah, they still got to work on cleansing the chakras out and shadow work. Like, because you know, you start getting in possession of these things that you are capable of, and you don't have yourself aligned right, you're gonna start misusing it and trying to hurt people for no reason. Like, listen, I've had people DM me and ask me, hey God, can you teach me how to do this? Can you teach me how to do that? I'm trying to get my boyfriend back. Can you teach me? I'm like, man, hell no, I don't partake in that type of energy. You trying to come to me and have me help you concoct a love spell. So you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't how that work reflection. You feel me, God? Like, and you ain't finna get me fucked up. You feel me, God? You ain't finna get me fucked up. I know how it goes. You ain't finna get my energy all fucked up because I didn't want to concoct some shit. And now shit going wrong for me, because then it came back to me because I'm the sender of the shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, hell no. Like, you gotta understand like what you doing. It's serious. It ain't no joke. Like I tell people that when they come around me, I say if they come around me, I be like, listen, man, have respect in front of my ancestors because they don't play. You know what I'm saying? You can't be looking like, oh, that's just some statue with some beads. Like, you can't move like that. You know what I'm saying? It's real spiritual work over here. It's real spiritual protection. It's my family. It's my they don't play about me. You feel me? So like I tell people that, like, you know, somebody had came and did some work on our crib, and somebody in his family had died because he touched my altar. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I'm like, you can't be touching altars and moving stuff, because if your intent ain't right, they gonna know that. You know what I'm saying? So anything that's out to hurt me gonna be just like you. Like if we start going to our spiritual family and bringing them in for protection, that's a different level of protection. The spiritual law overrides the physical law. Physical law, man, it's made up. So spiritual law is the essence of it before they even got here. You know what I'm saying? So when you go into the spiritual side of things, that's what they fear. They don't want us doing that. They fear that because they remember how it was when we was. That's like Locke. They don't want you in your nature because they know copper and crystals. They know like, oh, anything I say gonna be amplified. All my intent gonna be increased just off me wearing this and having this on. And yeah, that's protection. It's real like that. Energetic protection for your aura and all that's real. Even this sitting right here. Can't nobody spell work against me when I got this crystal sitting right here. That's why I sit it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's defense magic at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people think it's not real, but it's people that's practicing this. You know, it's people that's practicing sorcery. They practicing witchcraft. They know it's real, and they'll watch this type of stuff and be mad that we even talking about it because they want it to be. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
They'll be like, and then they'll try to work some shit toward me just because I'm talking about it. Like, so it's happened before. It happened last summer. So, you know, I've learned even being public. Got to move with certain protection, say certain things, have certain things set up when I'm talking live, certain crystals, certain, you know, just the. You know what I'm saying? Because what we talking about, that's the scary thing. You got the people that know it's real, then you got the people that's listening and they don't know if it's real, and then you got the government, they watching and they the main motherfuckers get mad and they know it's real, and they like, oh, okay, he trying to wake the people all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, we got to get back to who we are. Really, this is our true protection. This is our true. We can't. You know, we not winning a war with no guns and bullets. That's kinetic energy. That's low. That's kinetic energy. We can stop that with our mind. We can, especially right now. The Kundalini energy has risen so high. It's risen so high, and it's gonna keep rising. The frequency so high right now. We waking up like on that level. Like they can't fuck with us, God. We can't. The only people they can fuck with is if you not woke right now. Like if you ain't woke and you not on your journey, then they can fuck with you because you trapped in that 3D. But for us who we ascended, we not on 3D. We know about vibration. We understand. We understand reflection, so you can't fuck with us. You know, we back the source, like we back to understanding. Hold on, we created y'all. We reverse engineered y'all. So the little light magic y'all been doing ain't nothing. We finna counteract that with this, with the real essence. We the true descendants. We the true heir to the heir to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it is, God. You know,
Hmm.
that's where we at with it right now as a whole. You feel me?
I want to take a few questions. Do you mind taking a few questions, my brother?
Let's do three because we understand the power of the 3, the 6, and the 9.
Indeed. Before we do that, I want to give a shout out to your website once again. Let me put it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen. Shout out to this brother. We got 2,800 people in the building. If we got 2,800 people in the building, a lot of y'all have not heard of this brother. Some of y'all have. This brother has a magnificent website where he gives lectures that cannot be seen on YouTube. I want everybody to go to www.theuci.online. All right, family, you go there and you get some exclusive information from the brother. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm thankful for this cosmic information, this download, especially after the eclipse that just happened yesterday. This is definitely well needed for our community at this time, family. So I want y'all to give me some questions in the chat. For the brother, the brother say he's gonna take 3 questions. Give me some questions in the chat. We've been on for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. So we've been on here a while, y'all. We've been on here a while. We've been building. And yeah.
Numbers, though, you see the numbers 3 times 2 is 6.
Indeed.
And we headed to 3 hours. You see what I'm saying? 3 hours, yeah.
Okay. Let's get to this question. I think this is no, not that one. This is like shit. Where did it go? The chat moving so fast. I get this might be pertaining to Dr. York. It says, "Are there galactic beings from the planet Risk?" I think the reason why I said Dr. York, I remember when I'm like 20 years old, them handed me pamphlets about the planet Ritz. So I think they're referring to that right there. But go ahead, brother.
Also, they want to know, are there galactic beings from that planet in general?
Yeah.
That's an actual planet that's in the multiverse. We have to see the thing about the planets is you got to think it's 999 planets in every galaxy. And you got to think how many galaxies is makes up a universe. So that's why I'm coming out with a book at the top of January where I'm going to go more in depth about the different extraterrestrial races and the different planets.
What, next January?
Yeah, this January coming up.
Oh, I gotta get that.
The reason I'm gonna come out with that book because we need like an index for this type of thing. You feel me, though, guy? Like we also need like an index with all the planets, the beings on the planet.
Oh man.
Like so, if I gotta make a series of books, I will. But I'm definitely gonna hit as many as I can in that first book for sure. Cause like, it's over. Like I say, just in this war alone, you have over 200 galaxies involved in this war. Cause like, see, we in the cosmic war right now, where it's like us versus the Pleiadians and the reptilians. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the war. That's been the war. And when you get all these different galaxies involved in that war, even the Saiyans, like how you heard about the Saiyans from like you think of Dragon Ball Z, that's based on the real race. Like Dragon Ball Z has so many races that's actual extraterrestrial races. That's in that cartoon is crazy. A lot of your anime is based on have races. When you go look at Avengers and X-Men, they mention races, and all of these races are different variants of ourselves. The way we designed them, you know, like I say, the Arcturians. The Arcturians are the ones that's responsible for teaching the reptilians and the human beings the time spent, which they have used to keep us running in like a loophole in a maze. So it's imperative that we understand when we talking about extraterrestrial races, you have to have your third eye completely open because these things will sound so bizarre and so like unreal. Sometimes it's so intense that it's not even words to describe certain races or certain activities or certain things or attributes that they have without sounding crazy. Some things you just have to experience and see. But it's many different extraterrestrial races. So yeah, that's definitely a planet. That's an actual planet that Doctor. Well, I don't know if you heard that from Dr. York or not. I haven't heard it from Dr. York. Not saying that he haven't said it, but I do know that that's an actual planet though, for sure.
Okay, next question is how to communicate with these extraterrestrial families, my brother.
Through meditation. through meditation, and I would say using an amethyst crystal.
Amethyst?
Yeah, meditate with an amethyst crystal, because amethyst connects you through to the crown chakra, and the crown chakra deals with breaking from this physical realm. Once you break past this physical realm, then you can connect with all the spiritual families that's around you. You can connect with them. But you have to break past the physical realm. You have to detach from everything. You have to recognize that you are everything and everything is you. It can't just be a saying. That's why I always say it. I am everything and everything is me. You have to come to that self-realization that you are one with everything around you. And once you reach that point, which is best to do through meditating with an amethyst crystal, maybe start with 3 times a day, definitely, but let it be like maybe 3-minute sessions, and then work your way up to 6-minute sessions, 9-minute sessions, and on and on. But meditate with an amethyst crystal, and then set your intent. Ask to connect with the spiritual forces. Ask to let them into your vessel to work through you. And once you start meditating and doing that in the sun, what happens is they start opening up to you, and you'll start to hear them talking to you. You'll start to notice you're being led to certain movies or books, or you'll meet a certain person that connects you to a deeper level, and then you'll start to realize when they talking to you and when they working through other people around you in the whole nine. And then you can start making your altars, and you start getting to that level of it, because you're gaining that connection with them. So that's how you connect with them, though. Ashe.
Indeed. My personal question. Indeed, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, you good guy. You can talk over it. You can talk over it.
Indeed, my personal question before we get to the next question from the people. In terms of sun gazing, obviously I've interviewed so many people. I've heard their take on sun gazing during sunrise or sunset, but I got to get your take on that, God, and your perspective on that. How important is it to observe the sun during the sunrise or the sunset versus just getting sunlight throughout the daytime?
We supposed to actually be looking directly into the sun. However, because we had our have been broken from our nature,
Mm,
um, it's best to look at the sun. Definitely when you're starting off with sun gazing,
mm-hmm,
and the sun's right before sunset and right before sunrise, when the sun is not like at its peak point, so that it doesn't hurt your eyes too bad.
mm-hmm,
But as you work your way up from that point, you'll reach a point where you can start looking into the sun more on your own. Sun gazing is very powerful, because when you looking into the sun, you're looking into the chromosome. So you looking into your soul. All right, because the sun is not just a chromosome that's a part of you, but it also contains a piece of every single soul ever created.
mm,
So
mm,
when you looking at the sun, you're looking into everybody's soul. You're looking into a source. You're looking into the essence. You're looking into the truth of yourself, because you burn brighter than the sun.
mm-hmm,
The sun is able to burn bright like it does. It gets that energy from us. Remember,
mm-hmm,
we give life to the sun. So how bright you think we burn? We're more luminous than the sun. So when we are without a body, we're at our highest, with our highest vibration. So sun gazing allows you to connect back with that part of yourself, which is cosmic, it's galactic,
mm-hmm,
and it strengthens and burns off the toxins that's been placed over your eyes from the food you eat. Because
mm-hmm,
those toxins cloud over your pupils and all that. That's why you have to open your third eye, and that also comes through meditation, which is your spiritual eye, your ability to see things clearly for what they truly are. You have to be able to see past the veil. So when you looking into the sun and you gazing into this, it's cleaning out your soul. It's cleaning out your aura field,
mm-hmm,
because you are electricity and magnetism.
mm-hmm,
And when we can realize that, that's what Dr. Sebi was saying, electrical beings, same thing. We
mm-hmm,
are electricity and magnetism. So you require energy. You need that sun. That's why you created it,
mm-hmm,
right? You need it. You feed off of it. You're a plant. You're plant based. That's why it's
mm-hmm,
called a planet.
mm,
My locks sprout because I go in the sun and let them soak in the sun.
mm,
You know, the plants have chloroplasts. We have chloroplasts.
mm,
You know, we you got to understand that divine cosmic connection, and you're looking at a piece of not just everyone else's soul, but yourself. That's the chromosome. The chromosome, and to be exact, we share that same chromosome in us, because I am you and you are me. It's no separate. It's no difference between me and you. You are me in manifestation, and I am you in manifestation. We are. This is an example of a parallel universe right now, because you're looking at me thinking you're looking at Rashad Jamal, but you're looking at yourself, and I'm looking at you thinking I'm looking at Black Magic, but I'm looking at myself, and that's why karma is real. That's why if I go behind your back and bad mouth you, somebody do it to me, not because I had it coming, but because I already did it to me.
Right.
I did it to me. And see, that's the metaphysical breakdown of karma. They don't tell us that, they just say karma. But that's because they don't want you to know that you are everything and everything is you, because that's where the power is at. That's when the connection comes back, because it's not just with you and your people, other gods and goddesses, but with nature. So then you start to treat everything the way you want to be treated. You don't send out a frequency that you don't send back to you when you recognize that you're one with everything. You don't do that. It's different now. And now you have more help too. You have more help. You understand that, no, you're not alone at all. You are literally everything around you, down to the microcosms and the macrocosm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why when you sun gazing, it helps to clear that out. It helps to connect you back to that part of yourself. And that's the part, once again, that they fear. Because now elemental beings can communicate with you more. You on a higher frequency. You can see them now. They there the whole time, but you can't see them because you're not on that frequency. But it was a time when you was on the you created the elemental being. You created everything. So every being, everything around you remembers you, but you don't remember it. The rocks remember you, the birds remember you,
the grass
remembers you, the elements remember you, everything know you. You the only one walking around in your own house with amnesia.
Damn.
Spiritual amnesia.
The only one
with spiritual amnesia.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we the only one. So that's why we gotta connect back like that. And sun gazing it aligns you with that. Just like crystals, they don't want you doing none of it. Listen, do you know I was trying to just get some obsidian, and the person I normally get crystals from, because I sell real crystals on my website, and they sell out so quick, and I'm like, man, I need some more obsidian. So I was trying to get some obsidian, and I couldn't even get it. He like, man, they not restocking obsidian no more. And me understanding the power of obsidian is one of the most powerful protection crystals, right? And I told my wife, I said, babe, when they realize, because it's this mass awakening going on, and more people starting to get to crystal and crystal healing. I'm like, when they see that all these black people and these gods and goddesses are starting to get back into these crystals the way I'm like, they gonna start trying to snatch them crystals off the shelf, because the crystals these are weapons, man. These weapons, man. Listen, the highest form of attraction is copper. Copper is more stronger than gold, but they got thinking gold is stronger than copper. The diamond is a beautiful crystal, but it's not more stronger than the clear quartz. See what I'm saying? So it's like, as people realize that, they gonna start moving crystals off the shelf. I told her that, and now I just they like, oh, it's hard to get obsidian. I'm like, and it's from a big, like I be going like Arizona, like where they do the big mining at. Like, so that let me know they finna, maybe in the next year we're gonna look up, they ain't gonna be selling crystals no more, because they don't want us with crystals.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? We don't. That's like us having locks. Like, they don't want that. They don't want that, because
they act like locks is a weapon. They act like locks is a weapon, bro.
They are, but they are.
They act like here is a weapon, bro, forever, bro.
It's a weapon because our ether grows up to the cosmos, and it connects us to everything around us. It's electricity, and it hold energy. You can release it too, because you are a crystal. So like crystals pull in energy, then they release it. We pull in energy, then we release it. So our ether do the same thing. And then if you have your intent set, you can go out there in that sun and channel the energy from the sun with your intent, and use your ether to power that electricity through it, and do more than you could ever imagine. So it really is a weapon. Our ancestors fought using their locks. These are antennas. The grass is antenna. If you observe the grass, I don't think people look at what grass really is. Grass isn't like just some green stuff on the ground. That's antenna. It's antenna. Step on the grass and just watch how it just bounces back. It's gonna pop back. You can see the life in it when you watch it. Step on it and just sit there and just watch it. Move the shoe. The grass gonna pop back, like just like a person would get knocked down. You know, it's gonna pop back up. It's gonna start straightening itself back out. You gotta realize, like everything around you is antenna. So it's you connected to your environment. You know, your listen. Your aura is 1,000 times more stronger with locks in your hair than when you ain't got your hair locked.
Yeah, 1,000 times more. Yeah,
Listen,
wow.
if a person does something bad while they have locks in their ether, it's gonna come back and hit them faster. What? Because they got locks in it.
Oh
So
shit.
it's a magnet. It's going. That's why you got to keep your soul clean and your locks clean, and you should be growing with your locks. It's a journey. It's a spiritual journey. So
Mm.
like for the longer my locks get, the more deeper I go within myself. You know, it's like that's how your journey should be, and it works on both ways. If you on a positive intent, it's gonna manifest even quicker because you have locks. Because this is antenna, and your thoughts is electricity, and this is like antenna for that electricity
Mm-hmm.
that you're thinking through your thought receptors, through your thalamus gland and your neocortex and your pineal gland. These are your centers of creativity within you,
Mm.
right? And this is a cosmic thing because all of that you receive downloads from the sun every 8 minutes, and it's those downloads, and those downloads are placed into the sun from your ancestors back home on Sirius X. So they send these messages through the sun. That's why sun gazing so powerful. That's why sun soaking so powerful. And that's why they don't want us in the motherfucking sun. That's why they
Mm.
created clouds.
Last question, my brother. Do you have a catalog of books you recommend? The people are thoroughly impressed. They want to know any books you recommend, my brother.
Um, I would say I would say it's good to read Huey P. Newton, Revolutionary Suicide. I would say um Rich Dad Poor Dad if you ain't already read it. And if you have read it, read it again. So you can understand how they use the monetary system against you.
Indeed, indeed.
Um,
That woke me up. That woke me up years ago. Indeed.
yeah, definitely. Definitely
Definitely.
a deep read, yeah, about the rat
Mm.
race.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to be honest, I think the 48 Laws of Power is a good one to read because it allows you to see how the oppressors think. Because it's none, but it teaches all about psychology and reverse psychology, which is what they use it against your black ass every day. So
Mm.
if you really study the 48 Laws of Power, you can see, and Art of Seduction, were both written by the same author, Robert Greene. It's nothing more but than them using literally that book shows you what they do to you every day. You know, how marketing is used to control your soul, to lure you into believing false narratives about yourself and accepting them as reality. Like that's all in the 48 Laws of Power. You know, the way they kill us off when we do have leaders, how they kill the leader and hide their hand. I mean, the whole nine. You know, man, it's all in there, all the way down to why they get upset when we challenge them. Like that's rule number one: never outshine the master. Right? That's in the 48 Laws of Power. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, I mean, it breaks it down. That's why they did Cosby like that. You know, he tried to outshine the master. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to buy the network. Oh, okay, you trying to outshine the master? Okay, well here go this case. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle, you want to outshine the master? You wanna come to the Grammys and make your own millions without us? Okay. So like, you know, you can literally look at that book. I'm gonna tell you to go within yourself. But if you want some books that those books I'm recommending strictly because you must know the enemy and how he thinks. That's why the 40 Laws of Power.
Mm-hmm.
Um in the Art of Seduction. And let's add the Art of War on there. Just three in a row, all three of them
Mm.
third one. Huey P. Newton Revolutionary Suicide, because you must understand the power of revolution and what comes with it when you try to revolt and organize in any form, way, shape, or manner. And finance and Rich Dad Poor Dad, so that you can understand the monetary system and how it works and the goal, so that you can come off these jobs and stop relying on 401ks and talking about CDs and stocks and bonds and all of that. You know, that's all a waste of energy. The main thing is ownership. We need to get back to owning the land and owning everything. Period. And we got to know that when we go to owning shit, they get to stealing shit. So then we got to be ready to defend everything that we own with an iron fist, and that's what history is for. History is there to remind us of how violent they will get once they see us standing independently. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So we got to be ready for that. And I feel like this generation we is, and they know it. So they know what time it is. They know it's war with us. And if anything ever happened to me, they not saying the will. I always let people know it was the CIA, it was the FBI, it was the government. Don't believe nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I'm always challenging them. And I know they like to do that. Like, they like to try to do shit to us, lock us up for false shit we ain't do, or kill us, and then blame a gang member or blame us, you know. Like Malcolm said, they'll pay one of us to kill us to make us look like think it was us. Like, that's what they still do to this day. So it's fuck the government, fuck the system. You know, we gonna keep rising, planet coming back to us. We on straight Haitian revolutionary energy. That's how we come. You know, as long as the oppressors know that, as long as they know that we ain't scared of shit, we on death ain't real, so we ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? We that generation that's gonna make them feel everything they made our ancestors feel. We back for straight vengeance, nothing else. You know, we not worried about y'all sending no COINTELPRO shit they be doing on the internet. They do that already. But we not worried about no infiltration and none of that. It's a different type of spiritual energy, like the planet coming back to us. Everything vibrating low will be eradicated. Everything without a soul will be eradicated. The frequency we own in this new energy is pure peace. And if it ain't about peace, positive energy, always creating elevation, it ain't gonna make it through. It's gonna self combust, you know. So that's all we here to let it be known. Like, all that killing each other, that's dead. All that selling drugs in our community, that's dead. All that shit dying. You know what I'm saying? And we here to make sure it die completely out. Okay, none of that energy come along. You know what I'm saying? The gangs, them the real army anyway. So ain't no more gang banging, ain't no more shooting guns at each other. That's the army. Y'all want to shoot some guns? It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers wearing slave patrol badges disguised as cops, government officials. You feel me? Like, gotta make it be about something. You can't be scared to transcend because death ain't real, and you already enslaved in this motherfucker. So if anything, make a change for the next generation, and that's what we here to do. I'm thinking about my great grandkids. I want them to look back and be like, oh yeah, that generation, they made a change. They wasn't going for that shit no more. You feel me? We didn't already live, so this ain't about, oh, I'm scared to leave here. I don't want to lose my life. You gonna leave here anyway. So if you gonna leave here anyway, make a motherfucking difference while you here. You know what I'm saying? Let it be for a cause. That's all we on. You know what I'm saying, God? All I gotta say.
Man, such a pleasure having you on here, my brother. Such a pleasure. Um, Tell the people your contact information one more time, your website, everything. They could get in contact with you and get more information.
Y'all can visit the website www.theuci.online. Also follow me on Instagram, IAM_Rashad Jamal. That's IAM_Rashad Jamal, _RASHADJAMAL. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And be careful on Instagram because it's some fake pages, but you gonna know my page. It got like almost like 40, you got 45K, 45,000 followers. So you'll know my page. But also subscribe to the University channel on YouTube. We on here normally every Sunday, but I came on here with my brother today, and I appreciate God for bringing me on his platform. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel every Sunday. I go on my platform and get
What's your YouTube? What's your YouTube again?
It's the University of Cosmic Intelligence. The University of Cosmic Intelligence. That's all you got to do. Or you can put in Rashad Jamal. You're going to see my music channel pop up, but you're going to know my university channel because it got like 105K subscribers. My music channel got like 17K, so you'll know the difference. And they got my logo on my university channel. So, but definitely I appreciate you for bringing me on, God. I appreciate all the guys and goddesses who tuned in. You know, I can't see the comments, none of that. I just see you. But I appreciate y'all for listening and remembering who y'all are. And I definitely appreciate the ancestors for, working through us to get these downloads this evening because, I just allowed them to speak through my vessel. So I always attribute everything back to them,
Indeed. Family, thanks for tuning in, family. Make sure you hit up the brother's website. Make sure you hit the like button. And I want to thank y'all all for just tuning in tonight. It's been a magnificent show with the brother. I look forward to having the brother on again. It's rare that we have somebody with a Malcolm X energy mixed with a Bobby Hemmett energy, and that's it. That's the concoction we have with this brother. It's rare, it's scary, and it's unseen, and it's confusing to have that concoction. So to have that Malcolm and that Bobby energy combined in one vessel, man, that's a dangerous thing. So, Rashad, keep doing your thing, my brother. Family, thanks for tuning in. This is Brother Rich with Rashad Jamal. We getting out of here, family, and I see you next time. Peace to everybody. Love and light.
Peace to the gods and goddesses, Planet Kai.
Indeed. Peace, y'all.